Well, okay, fine, but we've totally overlooked that today marks the day, the passing of great Dixieland jazz pianist Dink Johnson.
Dink Johnson?
Dink Johnson died on this day.
Dink and Johnson.
Dink Johnson. Ollie Dink Johnson died on this day, and we. No,
well, I refuse to honor him unless we know how he got his nickname, Ollie Johnson. How did he get his nickname? So
he used to dink around on the piano all the time. That's,
okay.
And George Harrison died on this day.
Oh, that would have been nice.
And on this day, John Mayall,
the Blues Breakers,
was born, and Felix Cavallari was born on this day.
Oh.
They say the Rascals.
I don't say the Rascals.
But they were originally the Young Rascals.
Well, and then you get older and you can't call them that anymore.
Barry Gordon, Boston. Thank God we didn't play any Boston. And, of course, Jonathan Knight, New Kids on the Block. Yeah. But I like that song a lot. That song didn't get enough play, I think.
I think there are reasons for that.
Yeah. It's,
well, is it because now it was kind of specific to Utah? Do you think? It didn't get much national airplay, did it?
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's a great song. But why did you pick it for?
Tyler Glenn's birthday.
Oh, it is Tyler Glenn's birthday?
It's two things, actually, which, so our friend Tyler, his birthday.
Wait, go next door and wake him up.
No, let him sleep. And then today, what time? At 8:45, we're interviewing the director of a movie that Tyler is in.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two reasons to mention it today.
The movie is called, I've got it right here somewhere. I know I do.
Latter Day, it's not on the paper, Richie.
Latter-day Glory.
Latter-day Glory,
There we go. It is on the paper.
Oh, it's not on this paper.
It's Latter-day Glory. It's about guys who come back from their missions and they...
Not just that, people that... it's LGBTQ people and their relationship with the LDS Church.
Who are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
So we'll...
we'll be talking to them later. And Tyler Glenn of the band
Neon Trees.
Neon Trees is a part of that.
So a couple reasons there.
Hi, I like that song a lot. Yeah. So anyway, here we are, and we're going to do the Radio from Hell show in just a couple of minutes. This is not part of the show, ever. This is just dinking around.
This part?
Yeah, this is just dinking around with Dink Johnson. I got a card in the mail. I don't know if Mr. Greenlee is up listening to the show this early, but my first boss in radio, and he was Carrie's boss as well, not Carrie's first boss in radio.
No, I had a few before that.
But he was a very influential boss.
Absolutely, very influential, not only on my career, but on my approach to my career.
Yeah. Some called Tom Greenlee crazy, and he was crazy.
He was.
He probably still is crazy.
You mean that as a compliment?
Yes. Well, yeah. But I'll tell you, he taught me how to do radio. Mm-hmm. He's a brilliant radio guy, and he sent me this little card. It says, "You did it," and on the inside it says, "To Bill, it's so much easier to dream of the future you want than to make it happen. But you took it one day at a time, pushed yourself, and stayed strong. So proud of you. Happy 40th anniversary in radio, Tom." And it is, in fact, I think I'm beginning my 40th year in radio, as we calculate it. And then he sent me that card, and also he sent me a tube of Recticare hemorrhoid cream along with it.
That's so thoughtful.
It is thoughtful.
It's not a candle.
No. Recticare hemorrhoid cream.
Specific to your needs.
Relieves pain, relieves itching, relieves burning. Recommended by colon and rectal surgeons. Recticare.
And do you know how you got that instead of Preparation H? Because Recticare is a funnier name than
Preparation H.
Now, Tom...
He thought this through all the way.
Yes, he's probably been planning this for several years. He went right down to the grocery store and got the card. It's a Hallmark card. And he got the card, and he got the tube of Recticare. Thank you, Tom. Now, Tom, thank you. I do prefer Anusol.
Yeah, because that's funnier.
It's Anusol.
I think it's anusol,
No,
isn't it? Is there a U in it?
Anusol is funnier than recticare. Fight me.
I so anyway, thank you, Tom. Thank you very much. All right, it's time to get ready for check-ins, which is, if Tom is listening, he knows we stole this bit from Len Allen at KLO.
He knows.
So 33986 is, no, that's the text number. The phone number is 1-877-602-9696. If you would care to check in with the Radio from Hell show, then please do. If you don't care to do it anyway. 877-602-9696. I don't, if you could have a 40-year career in anything, what would it be?
Oh.
3 words or less.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're happy what you're doing.
Yeah.
Then tell us that. Or if you could have a 40-year career in anything, what would it be? 877-602-9696. Check in with the Radio from Hell show, if you would, please.
All right. We got lots of stuff coming up. Got to tell you about Haster Games right now, HasterGames.com. Of course, their location is at 6831 South State. And their slogan, they have 2 slogans. Remember, Haster has it.
Right.
But mostly it's a great place to stay and play. And they mean that sincerely because they're open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sunday. If you're unfamiliar with a game but you want to try it, go on in. They'll crack one open and sit down with you and show you how to play it.
Will they teach you Dungeons and Dragons?
They would teach you Dungeons and Dragons. And speaking of which, they have a new line of metal dice to go with their gemstone dice. They have a great weight to them, Die Hard dice and Gravity dice, and they carry more dice than anybody. And these have been selling very well. They've just added some more display cases, sound system, more shelving for their huge game library. The games that I was talking about, how you can just sit and play them if you'd like. If you're not a gamer, they have gifts for the gamers in your life, but I would suggest a gift card so the gamer can pick out specifically what they're looking for. 6831 South State Street. They're longtime friends of the program. Go and see them. Haster Games.
Radio from Hale wants to keep you warm.
Be a part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 618.
That's a dang good Alex Jones impression. All right, it's time to officially begin the Radio from Hell show, and then we'll go to your check-ins.
Brought to you by Del Taco's Epic Triple Meat Burrito. Triple the meat for triple the flavor with hand-grilled carne asada, chicken, and crispy bacon. That's an epic burrito. Participation may vary.
Hand-grilled, baby.
Yep.
They don't have a machine do that
No.
for them. They do it by hand. All right, the moon is 55.3% of full. It is on the wane. The moon will set today at 1:09 p.m., today being Thursday. It's the 15th day of November in the year of our Lord 2018. This is North America's most voluble radio broadcast. Voluble. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. We are the Kentucky Colonels, Kerry Jackson.
Oh, hi.
Bill Allred. Hi, Kerry. I'm Bill Allred. That's Gina Barberi right over there. And the producer of the Radio from Hell show is Richard Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation to me, is producing video for the show. You can see it at x96.com/live. And I believe it was Cynthia. Did I see Cynthia's back today?
Yes, you did.
Hi, Cynthia. Cynthia's helping out with the program today. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the least liked feature of this show.
It's not true, Bill. It is not true.
Well, okay.
We have heard from people.
And I've heard,
People are saying,
and I've heard.
and I'm hearing,
Yep.
that this is the most popular feature on the show.
Check-ins at 877-602-9696. And is it brought to you by anyone?
Nope.
All right, let's just get it on then.
Let's begin with, let's see, this is Commuter Chris.
Commuter Chris.
Everyone,
hi,
hi,
Chris.
Commuter Chris.
I forget what I asked you, Chris. What? Just so
40 years.
40 years, Chris. If you could have a career of 40 years, what would it be?
Photography.
Photography.
That's three.
That's
That's 3 words. Right?
Well, yeah, or you can just use one word. What do you do, Chris?
Good. I am a technical writer.
So no photography involved in that.
Nope.
So a technical writer is someone who takes all kinds of gobbledygook and tries to make it understandable to a layman.
Imagine you've gone to IKEA and you have purchased
Yeah.
an item that needs construction.
Mm-hmm.
I write the instructions on how to make that thingamabob.
Damn you.
Well, not for IKEA.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, it's if I could go back 20 years and talk to myself,
Yeah.
there is no way on God's green earth I would talk myself into technical writing.
Yeah, I know. All right, Chris. Well, thanks for listening to the program, and thanks for being you. Okay?
No, thank you for letting me
No.
Thank you for letting me be me,
Yeah.
is what he should say. Yeah.
Right.
All right,
thanks.
Chris,
Take care, guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
Chris. Bye-bye.
Now we go to Eliza. Hi, Eliza.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Eliza, it says here on our screen that you're 9 years old. Is that correct?
Yes, and I have a twin brother.
Wow.
How old is he?
He's 9 years old.
Good, Gina. That's very good.
What's his name, Eliza?
My twin brother's name is Joshua.
Josh. And are you in 4th grade?
Yes.
Now, Eliza, your parents allow you to listen to the Radio from Hell show, huh?
Yeah, we do newspapers in the morning, and Dad lets us listen on the radio when we do them.
Do you drive around and deliver papers with your dad?
Yes.
Boy,
and
that's-
Joshua.
And you get up early and do that.
Yep. We just barely got done.
Oh.
Now, and then do you go to school after that?
Well, we have to wait a little while for me and Josh. We go up at 8:30.
That's a big day for a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
That's what I keep telling him.
Do you want to spend 40 years doing that?
Not really.
What do you want to do when you grow up, Eliza?
I want to go to special ed school and be a teacher there.
Wonderful.
Good idea. Excellent idea. You sound like a very fine young woman.
And my brother Joshua wants to be a K through 3rd grade teacher.
Fourth grade.
Fourth. He's in the
Please.
Fourth.
Please.
We've
Listen,
discussed this.
Come on.
Eliza, when is your birthday?
February 4th.
And when is Joshua's birthday?
February 4th.
Okay. I just wanted to pile on Gina's
That's okay.
comedy.
Well, I'm so glad you called today, Eliza, and I'm sure you'll build your school one day.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Let's close things out with Sean. Hi, Sean.
Hi. Hi, lords and ladies.
Hi.
What have you for us, Sean?
I would be a Food Channel TV host.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What
wouldn't mind doing
What would
that.
you specialize in?
Oh, I'd be one of the ones that travel around.
Yeah, he's the host.
you'd
he,
like to-
he likes to just.
There's a lot of those shows
Andrew
out there.
Zimmer or
One of those guys.
Yeah, Andrew Zimmer, he's okay. But I just discovered that one that Paulette was telling us about, the one on Netflix, Somebody Feed Phil.
Yeah,
I
I've seen
love
the,
somebody.
Oh yeah,
Feed-
that's a good one.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
I've seen the title, but I haven't really watched
Oh, you
it.
should watch it. It's really.
I watched the one from New York, the one that Paulette's in, and not only did I discover in that hour that there was this this butcher shop called White Gold that I didn't realize I needed in my life
Why?
until I saw the show. Well, I didn't know it existed.
Well, why do you need it in your life?
I'm not going to get into details. It was a wonderful place. The point of the story is I then looked it up and it's closed already. So here it is presented to me and now it's taken away.
Not successful.
All right, Sean.
All right. Thanks for calling, Sean.
Thank you.
Got this in the chat room. Can't imagine anything I could do for 40 years and not get sick of it. I don't have anything I like that much.
Oh,
Things I do like, I don't want to do as a job.
Man.
I wouldn't like doing them anymore.
Gee.
how about sleeping? You want to
All right,
sleep for
Eeyore.
40 years?
Jeez. That's terrible. I've enjoyed every. Well, no, that's not true. That's not true. I've enjoyed most of this.
You're not enjoying traffic if you're eastbound in Parley's Canyon. It is currently completely stopped because of a multi-vehicle crash. I'm sure that has something to do with the fog that we
Fog,
have
yeah.
this morning. 'Cause
Yes, it's bad.
The fog not only makes visibility bad, but it can make the roads extra slick. I driving through downtown this morning, I thought the power was out.
Yeah.
Did you think the same thing?
Yeah.
Because you can't see the lights on in the buildings. It's so give yourself some extra time this morning for sure. That's traffic.
All right, thank you very much. We will take a break. We will be back with big boy news, and then we'll be back with geek news as well. Also, Beat Gina is on the way. It's a potpourri of trivia questions. He tried to pass it off with cornucopia
He meant
because of Thanksgiving.
Oh, I see.
But in Jeopardy, it's potpourri.
It's potpourri, okay.
We'll go with that. Let's see now for Christmas, brooklinen.com. For Christmas, this would be a great idea to get your friends some really nice bedding. And Sue showed me something yesterday with the duvet covers that we got from Brooklinen.
Oh, you got more than just sheets.
Yeah, we did the
The whole
pillowcase,
bed.
the whole
Oh,
set. It
nice.
comes in a set. You can get it in a set.
Oh, okay.
But the duvet cover has these ties on the inside of it, so that you can tie to make the batting stay still,
Right,
and it
right.
doesn't bunch up. It's terrific. They work directly with manufacturers and directly with customers. There's no middleman, giving you 5-star hotel quality sheets that are affordable and easy to order. My Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets I've ever slept on, and now it's time for you to give them a try. Brooklinen.com, giving an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Get $20 off and free shipping when you use the promo code Jackson, my last name, at brooklinen.com. Brooklinen's so confident with their product that all of their sheets, comforters, and towels come with a lifetime warranty. The only way to get $20 off and free shipping is to use promo code Jackson, Jackson, at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code Jackson. These really are the best sheets ever.
John Smith hosts a 1-hour nonstop music wingding at 10 a.m. on X96.
We're broadcasting here from Namche Bazaar in Nepal. We're sitting in my room at the Zomling Guest House and Panoramic View restaurant. I met the owner a few minutes ago and did a little interview with him. Maybe you'll hear some of that coming up on the show at some point. An interesting man. His name is Saddam Sherpa, and he is he's from Tibet. He came here from Tibet. And I was just going to ask Geljan, you don't mind being on the radio for a second, do you, Geljan? I'll come over and sit by you. I heard people asking you today about Sherpa. What is that? Is that a last name, or what is it, or why do they say Sherpa?
Yeah, Sherpa means the name of our caste. We have different family name. Like, for example, my name is Furgeljan Sherpa, and then my family name is Lama. Yeah, so I really want to make it clear the people who are very confusing about the Sherpa people. The people think the Sherpa is like our name of our profession. So it's wrong. So Sherpa means our caste name.
It's a caste name. And what does Sherpa mean? You told me that today.
Sherpa means in our language that we are Eastern people. We came, Shar means East, Pa means people, and we came from the east part of Tibet. So that's why.
Why did you all come here from Tibet?
Yeah, there's a quite confusing. Somebody says there's two things. Somebody says maybe that time there was very big influenza disease, and so the people were very scared, and they come over here to the Nepal. And somebody says there was a war. There's like a civil war, and then there's a people that they lose the war, and then they came over here. And but yet we don't know which one is true.
And this was hundreds of years ago, right?
No, it's approximately 500 years ago. We don't have exact data.
Yeah, 500 years ago. And from what I've heard you say about Tibet, I mean, there's a kind of a longing for Tibet. Is that true? If somehow you could go back to Tibet, is there some feeling like that?
I'm sorry, I'm really confused about your question.
I mean, you hold Tibet with a great deal of reverence. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And Tibet is, of course, really no more. And we'll talk to Geljan later on in the trip too. He's very worried. He thinks the Sherpa people are going to be no more at some point. And so we'll talk about that. But that's it for now. I'm Bill Allred, broadcasting at the Zamling Hotel and Panoramic View Restaurant in Namche Bazaar, Nepal.
We'll do geek news coming up here after big boy news and Opinnuendo, brought to you by.
Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 on a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
Is Tekashi 6ix9ine a thing?
Yes.
Yes.
He is a thing?
Yes.
Oh, he's in jail, you know.
Yes.
He's making sure his girlfriend is well taken care of, though, while he's
Well, good for him.
in a federal holding cell. Surprising her with a Rolex. His girlfriend, Jade, celebrated her 22nd birthday Tuesday night in New York City with all her family and friends who aren't facing federal indictments. But her boyfriend still managed to hook her up with a 41-millimeter Rolex date, blinged out, of course, with all kinds of diamonds. I sent it to her, said, "Here you go, babe. I'm sorry. It's a $35,000 Rolex. Here you go, babe. I'm sorry I can't be there. Of course, the feds have me in a holding cell. They think he's a member of that gang, the gang that Donald Trump keeps going on.
MS-13.
Yeah, and or has some connection to them. Or, So it was hand delivered to Jade, his girlfriend, by
that's nice.
Celebrity jeweler Jimmy Boy. You know Jimmy Boy.
He doesn't sound like a celebrity jeweler.
He is.
He doesn't want to come off as all stuffy.
Yeah.
You know.
She posted a picture of herself with the Rolex saying, "Thank you, baby. You're the best, even when you're not around."
When you're not around is a nice way of saying
when you're in jail.
Jail.
Tekashi was arrested by federal agents on gun, drug, and racketeering charges. He remains in custody, and his lawyer is still working on getting him out on bail. His trial isn't scheduled to start until September. September?
Wow.
Well, I hope he can get
Can
bail.
you all come down to jail and get me out of jail? Because guess where I am?
Yeah. So,
Jail.
jail. That's Tekashi 6ix9ine right there. I have no idea what his music sounds like. Is it music? Is he a thing?
it's
a hip hop
It's
kind of
it's just the same kind of thing that everybody else does.
and we don't have any in our system.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's move on to Quentin Tarantino got married. You know?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Is that a first?
I
he been
think.
I
married
don't know if
before?
he's been married before.
Well, he's so good looking that it's it's a real.
He's come close a couple of times.
He married a model. Her name is Daniela Pick. She said I didn't even know he was famous.
Last
she
I
said.
heard, he was dating some singer,
She's
opera singer or something.
He's
like
50.
that.
He's 55 years old. He married Daniela Pick Wednesday night in Los Angeles. The newlyweds said "I do" in an intimate ceremony that will be followed by a larger reception. Ms. Pick is 35 years old, of Israeli descent. They just met 8 years ago.
Yeah, it doesn't. He's never been married.
Yeah,
So
this is the first time. There you go. His movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is in post-production and should be out soon. I haven't seen The Hateful Eight yet.
It's really good.
I keep meaning to see it. It's on Netflix now, and I keep meaning to watch it.
It's long, but it's really good. Good performances.
All right. She says, her family is pressuring her to have children.
whose family?
Daniela
Oh,
Pick.
I thought we moved on.
No, her family's pressuring. No, I'm going to stick with this story until the
didn't
news.
know there was anything
until the
more.
news is over.
I didn't know there was anything else.
All right, let's move on to local news. Jim DeBackus. I've asked Richie to try and get in touch with Jim DeBackus. He's been making some noise. He's tweeting some stuff. He tweeted about Mike Lee. I'll do the Mike Lee story in just a second. But Jim tweeted about the Proposition 2 and the legislative compromise on medical marijuana. This is what Jim tweeted. With deep regret on medical cannabis, I predict that the fix is in. On December 3rd, Utah's legislature and governor will figuratively spit in the face of voters. Our elected officials will replace the will of the people with the will of a group of 7 lobbyists. Hashtag shame, hashtag UT poll, and then he's got a website that you can go to there. But it's
We have him scheduled to be on Monday.
That's the day of the session, yeah.
Monday? Okay, so yeah, Richie got a hold of him apparently. And he's also not happy with Senator Mike Lee, who voted and blocked a bipartisan attempt to force a Senate vote on legislation designed to protect Senate Special Counsel Robert Mueller, citing late Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia. The Utah Republican, Lee, argued that passing the bill would create a de facto fourth branch of government, fundamentally undermining the principle of separation of powers that is so core to our liberty. And on that basis, Madam President, I object, he said. Lee said, the prosecutorial authority of the United States belongs to the Department of Justice, and the Department of Justice and its officers, after Senate confirmation, answer to the President. It only takes one objection under Senate rules to block a request for unanimous consent to bring legislation forward. So the Senate was going to try and pass some legislation that would say President Trump cannot fire Robert Mueller. But Mike Lee blocked it.
We'll remember you, Mike.
So Mike Lee's argument is that the special prosecutor is, he's rogue. He's a rogue. Now, if it had been the guy investigating Nixon, it had been Ken Starr, Mike Lee would have been fine with that.
Or Hillary.
Yeah.
He was fine with all the Hillary investigations.
Yeah, let's see. Donald Trump, by the way, has been just tweeting us up a storm about Mueller. He's really, really worried now.
He should
because he was tweeting late last night, 11 o'clock to midnight, and then he was up very, very early, like 6 o'clock in the morning, tweeting again.
He sneaked away from the press pool last night. Which press pool is supposed to follow him. They're supposed to be everywhere he is. There's that core group of journalists that are supposed to follow him everywhere. And they were at the tree lighting ceremony, and he left without telling the pool he was leaving, and they're supposed to go with him, and he ghosted the pool.
It's no accident that President Trump Wednesday retweeted an image of Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein behind bars.
Oh, tasteful.
When asked during an interview with the Post, why do you think he belongs behind bars, Trump responded, he should never have picked a special counsel, Robert Mueller. Earlier Wednesday, the president retweeted an image of his so-called enemies behind bars.
Jeez.
Like Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Rod Rosenstein. And there was a tweet that said, now that Russian collusion is a proven lie, when do the trials for treason begin? He thinks that Barack Obama, Rod Rosenstein, Hillary Clinton, others should be tried for treason.
Really?
James Comey, Loretta Lynch, John Podesta, Hama Abedin, Eric Holder, James Clapper, and, of course, Robert Mueller should all be tried for treason,
I don't think he knows what treason means. He committed it, so he should. But
Trump has repeatedly railed against Mueller's subsequent witch hunt. He also fired Sessions in November. The president declined to answer a question on whether he intends to fire Rosenstein, but stood by his firing of Comey.
You know what? I'm not going to get into it because we won. It doesn't matter. Well, we won.
Trump says that Wednesday that a pardon for Paul Manafort is not off the table. There are two things at work here. A pardon for Paul Manafort is one thing, but dangling a pardon for Paul Manafort.
Well, his job's not done.
That's really slimy. That's really slimy.
It's not just slimy.
It's witness tampering.
It's criminal.
It's obstruction of justice.
It's obstruction of justice. If you're going to pardon him, don't say anything about it. But if you say, well, that is, as Ginny put it, that is witness tampering.
I'm president, and you're not.
If you like tahini, and you buy tahini in a jar, be careful. Israel is recalling its tahini products, all packages and sizes produced of following dates April 7th to May 21st because it may be contaminated with salmonella. Organic tahini products, pure ground sesame. The recalled tahini was distributed internationally in retail stores and through mail order. The brand names of the products are Achdut, that's ACHDUT, Barron's, S&F, Pepperwood, Soom, and Achva. And I know you can get it locally because I had 3 jars of it in my pantry. There. I took pictures. There they are. That's in my kitchen.
They should be in the trash now, right?
They are.
Okay.
I took picture. My wife threw them in the trash. I said, "Wait," and I fished them out and took a picture of them.
You're stocked up, though.
Well, not anymore.
Well, you were.
Yeah. I don't remember whether she got them at Trader Joe's or or it might have been at Costco.
I just
Probably
saw
Trader Joe's.
I just saw the tweet, and it came from NPR. I went, "What an NPR story that is!"
Yeah.
Tahini recall.
Your tahini is being recalled.
Tahini recall. Yes, we had 3 jars of this tahini, and it was recalled. So
I'm tahini recall.
If you're, yeah, I saw that. That's not a name, Gina. It is not a name.
The joke is none of them are names. That's the joke.
They have to be close. They should be close to a name.
Tahini sounds like somebody's first name.
Tahini is a first name, yeah.
It is a perfectly reasonable.
Because there's that girl Tahani on Good Place.
But not recall.
No, well, no.
Well, if you say if you how about
Tahini
recall?
It could be recall.
Yeah.
All right, that's I think enough news.
Sports weather traffic.
Well, what did I tell you was going to happen last night in the Jazz game? Do you recall?
You said they were going to win.
Recall?
Do you recall? Yes, Tahini, I do. You said they were going to win.
And they did.
Good.
101.91. Now, this is after they got some interesting news, which I don't know why you tell them this before the game starts. But
oh, yeah, I heard this.
Alex Burks has been traded for Ashton Kutcher. He's coming back.
Ashton Kutcher?
What?
Well, it's Kyle Korver, but it's
he looks like
he looks
he
like
likes a
Ashton.
little bit.
I didn't get that joke.
Yeah, it's a sport joke.
I don't know what he looks like.
Which one is Kyle Korver?
The one in the Jazz uniform.
Okay. X96.com/live.
I wonder how Ashton Kutcher feels about that.
I don't know.
He doesn't care. He's married to Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, he's coming back. So that was those two things were the big.
Are these good things?
Yeah.
Okay.
People like Kyle Korver.
He's a pretty good ball player.
And I think people were sad when he left, so they'll be happy to have him back.
All right.
Let's see, weather. It is foggy. Downtown, I was just telling you, coming into work, I thought power was out downtown because I couldn't see any lights on in the buildings as I was driving to work.
And my new car flashed a little thing on the screen that said, "Caution, roads may be icy."
Yeah, so that's what happens in the fog is it keeps that moisture down close to the ground.
That's what destroyed my Subaru.
And so as far as weather goes, it's foggy this morning. We'll have some rain later today. That'll be changing over to snow tomorrow. Now, as far as the fog affecting traffic, Poor Parley's Canyon is dealing with multiple car accidents near Mountain Dell. The 2 left lanes are open, but the far right lane's been blocked. Roads appear to be very slippery through that area. Now, that's the only accident being reported so far, but my guess is with that fog, we'll be hearing more about accidents this morning. So give yourself a little extra time and slow down, because that fog can come up all of a sudden. You can be driving along and see fine, and then go through a big, dense patch, and you're rear-ending somebody. So slow down, please.
Thank you very much. Is this sponsored?
Always Carry Cabin Fever wishes you the happiest of the holiday season. From retro games and puzzles to books, gift wrap, and greeting cards, Trolley Square, 5th South, 7th East, Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
All right. Brand new episode of GeekShowPodcast.com available now. So, this is new but old. It's free starting tomorrow. Star Wars fans who have kids, like little kids, that aren't quite ready to sit down for multiple 2-hour movies. You know how hard it is?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, this is just for you. Disney has announced Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures. Now, what they've done...
So team up with your friends.
Are you sure this thing is safe?
They have taken segments of the original Star Wars movies, have animated them, you know, with the dialogue and the sound and the music from the movies, but they're animated.
Okay.
And they're just in shorts, like 3 minutes long.
Okay.
Just segments of it.
Luke, you switched off your targeting computer.
So it's Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures, and it'll be on the Star Wars Kids YouTube channel.
They sent you.
I don't
tomorrow.
know what you're talking about.
Now the animation style is really compelling looking. It's like it's I don't want to call it anime, but it's in that kind of style.
Galaxy of Adventures.
So
Coming
that's
soon to the all-new Star Wars Kids YouTube.
So that starts tomorrow. So you can send your kids there. They're going to start with 6 of them, and they will add more as the weeks go on. Speaking of animated goodness, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I saw the trailer for this when I went to Wreck-It Ralph. It looks cool.
Oh, yeah?
I'm pretty sure you know the rest. I saved the city, fell in love, then I saved the city again and again and again. Look, I'm a comic book, a cereal, I did a Christmas album, and a so-so popsicle. But this isn't about me. Not anymore.
Spider-Man swings in once a day, zip-zap-zop in his little mask and answers to no one.
Now, this opens in a couple of weeks, and the reviews, for the people who have seen it already, they're saying things like, best Spider-Man movie ever.
Not just animated.
Not just
but...
animated. But what it's a tricky plot to explain.
I'm the one and only Spider-Man. At least that's what I thought.
You ever hear of the Super Collider? You're gonna love this.
Dimension opening now.
So what it explains is that there are different dimensions, different Earths, and every Earth has a Spider-Man. And somehow the dimensions cross, and all of these Spider-Mans and Spider-Women come from the different universes, and they're all put in this one adventure. So they are so confident. Sony is so confident in this movie. I mean, like I said, it opens in 2 weeks. They've already agreed to not only a sequel, but to a spin-off with all of just the girl spider people.
Wow. Cool.
I'm from another dimension.
How many more spider people are there?
Hey, fellas.
This could literally not get...
There's a robot Spider-Man, and my favorite, Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham, is also in this movie.
My family lives
Spider
in Brooklyn.
Miles, what's
No,
wrong?
Spider-Ham.
No, but it's Spider.
But there's all kinds of Spider-Man villains in this. The Green Goblin, you got Kingpin in there, who's a Daredevil villain, I understand.
Okay,
but
so is this
anyway.
for you or for kiddos or both?
This is for both.
Okay.
That's what's great about the Miles Morales storyline with Into the Spider-Verse,
Okay.
is that he speaks to kids, because Peter is in this for me. Miles is in it for other kids.
Okay.
Spider-Gwen is in it for your daughter.
Something for everyone.
Spider-Ham is in it for
Crazy people.
For
whoever
Dylan. Dylan
identifies
likes
with Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham. But that's how confident Sony is in this movie, is that they've agreed to 2 sequels already, and it just looks terrific. Candyman.
What?
Candyman.
Like the,
Is it 5 times or 3 times with Candyman?
I thought it was just 3. So
Okay.
don't say it anymore.
Well, we'll get clarification, because
Okay.
Jordan Peele of Key and Peele has confirmed that he and creative partner Win Rosenfeld are working on what's called a spiritual sequel to Candyman. So it's they're teaming up with MGM. Candyman sequel be here summer 2020.
Well, he did Get Out, so...
Yeah, he's going to help write it, and he's producing it. I don't think he's directing it. It's been rumored for a while that he's been working on a Candyman film, but now we have the confirmation. The film's going to be a successor to the original, based on based on a short story by Clive Barker. 92's Candyman is a horror film about a supernatural being named Candyman who emerges as a vengeful killer to anyone who says his name 5 times when you look into a mirror. The original film took place in and around a high-rise housing project in Chicago. The sequel, which won't be connected to the previous 2 sequels, so they're doing like Halloween. They're just addressing the first movie. Will take place in the same area post-gentrification, providing an opportunity to talk about the impact gentrification has had on urban communities.
He will do this well.
That was done in the projects, a housing project called, I forget the name of it.
Cabrini Green.
Cabrini Green, yeah. It was kind of a low budget but really good.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember it being a good movie.
My son, my young son, Little Bill, forced me to watch it with him, and it was pretty scary. Yeah, it was good.
Aquaman.
Yes.
Coming out in a few weeks.
Yes.
Well, you can see it a week early if you have Amazon Prime.
I do.
If you have Amazon Prime.
Online, you can see it, or
No, not online.
Oh.
You can buy your tickets for a special screening that takes place a week early.
That's a
And
smart idea.
There are several theaters throughout the Salt Lake area. I have checked. It's a 7 p.m. screening, and so you just have to go through your Amazon Prime to do that. So that's
You know where else you can see Aquaman?
Where's that?
He's hosting Saturday Night Live. Just forget about Claire Foy. Just look straight ahead to Jason Momoa.
Well, on the same day that Aquaman opens, Mary Poppins also opens.
Uh-oh.
Mary Poppins Returns. It's the same day.
That's kind of,
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, not really the
I know
same
who's
audience,
going to
but
win that.
kind of the same audience.
Now, Dick Van Dyke is in the new Mary Poppins. Julie Andrews
Is in the Aquaman.
is in Aquaman.
Oh, is she really?
Yes.
I just was joking.
She is an Aquaman.
Is she his mom?
No, Nicole
She will-
Kidman's his mom.
She will voice the mythical character Carathen, described as being a creature holding the key that can assist Aquaman's mission to create peace between Atlantis and dry land. They said that they wanted a classical British actress to play the voice of this character, and she just happened to pick up the phone when they called.
Just a spoonful of sugar makes the trident go down.
So there you go.
Traffic, it is foggy. Give yourself some extra time this morning because the fog not only makes visibility bad, but it makes the roads more slippery. And that's the case of a multiple car accident in Parley's Canyon around the Mountain Dell exit. Now, that's the only accident being reported so far, but there are going to be more with this fog around, so please give yourself some extra time and slow way down. That's traffic. Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback Credit Card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Of course, it's time to play Beat Gina, or at least start lining up to play to beat Gina. 877-602-9696. It's a variety of different types of trivias, a cornucopia, if you will, of trivias today. So I can't say there's any one particular subject. You'll
But-
just have to be good at trivia in general.
You could win a gift certificate to Gracie's, our gastro pub friends. They always have, they'll have Thursday night football tonight and great food and
Always entertainment there at Gracie's.
But you do have to be an adult, so we need you to be 21 or older to play Beat Gina. Call right now, 877-602-9696.
But you also have to have a prize to give her if she beats you.
It's only fair.
That's trivia.
All right.
All right.
So let's tell you about Diamonds Direct, shall
Yes,
we?
please.
Because the big sale is this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This will be the biggest sale of the year, the final sale, I believe, of the year at Diamonds Direct. So this is the time you want to shop for Christmas at Diamonds Direct. Now,
Or engagement. A lot of people get engaged at Christmas, too.
you know they always have low prices at Diamonds Direct, and now an additional 20% savings. That's right, an extra 20% off all the diamonds and designer jewelry at Diamonds Direct. They're bringing in extra stuff as well. They're breaking all the rules for this sale this weekend. It's big. Over a dozen top jewelry designers have come in with their entire collections on display. Every piece on sale. The latest fashion-forward jewelry that you can't find anywhere else at Diamonds Direct. It's like the biggest jewelry trunk show that you could imagine. You have the best selection of the year at the lowest prices of the year across the board. It'll really take it easy on your budget at Diamonds Direct. The staff is ready to do whatever it takes. It adds up to the absolute best jewelry buying opportunity of 2018. You've had a good year. Why not celebrate and go over the top? Buy now. Have them hold it until Christmas. Don't miss this. 20% off the already low prices of the unbelievable selection at Diamonds Direct, 6400 South, right across the street from the Fashion Place Mall.
Here at X96, we're not going to pretend that we're the smartest people in the room.
My grandpa never said that.
was that all about?
Fine, I won't say anything.
No,
then.
we're not saying don't say anything. We're trying to. For how many years have you been here? We're trying to still teach you. Please say things. But, wait for a break in the sentence. When someone is in mid-sentence, you don't start talking.
I might forget what I was going to say.
There is that. There is that.
There's an unplanned course change being fed into the instrument, sir.
The minute it comes to me.
No, Leanne, we're not going to stop being mean to Gina. Go away. I'm not answering that call.
Well, no, let me talk to Leanne. Hi, Leanne. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Now, Leanne, have you been listening this morning?
I have.
Yeah, I don't think of being particularly mean to Gina.
Well, okay, you guys are always picking on her at some point. You have to be nice to her.
Why?
I might cry.
Yeah, see?
I think...
Don't make Gina cry.
Okay.
Leanne, you
won't.
and Gina are single-handedly putting women's rights into the Middle Ages. All right? You fight like hell for equal rights to work just like the men, and then you get here and expect special treatment.
No, it's not special treatment. It's called don't be mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's special treatment.
Don't be mean.
Don't be mean or you might make her cry.
You have to understand Carrie's mean to everyone.
Yes.
Thanks, Leanne.
Thank you,
You're
Leanne.
welcome. I love you guys.
See you later.
Oh, my God. Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
How are you this morning?
I'm just fine.
You're a great Americanist. What can we do for you?
I just wanted to tell you to be nice to Gina. That's all I wanted.
Okay, thanks.
I was feeling sad for her.
See, you were going to cry for me,
No.
huh?
I was.
No.
I think I had a couple of tears welling
Michelle,
up, and
do you
I thought,
think
you know
that-
what? This is wrong.
Michelle, do you think women need special
No, wait a
treatment in the
minute.
workplace?
I never said they needed special treatment.
No, I'm asking you a question.
No.
Okay, then.
Michelle.
But there's a difference between special treatment and just common courtesy.
Michelle.
And being nice.
Michelle, is it common courtesy? Now, have you've been listening this morning?
Yes.
Yes.
All I'm trying to do is get through this feature.
Yeah.
And Gina is saying, "Oh, that's what happened to the."
How is that common courtesy?
So you know what I did? I stopped and said, "Well, then tell us all about it." Apparently,
You're
it's
being sarcastic.
apparently.
And then you yelled at her a
I
minute
didn't-
later for like 5 minutes. You
I
guys
didn't-
stop. You just
All
kept
right.
going.
No, I
Michelle.
didn't yell.
Michelle.
And going.
I didn't yell.
Michelle.
All right.
Michelle. Is it common courtesy to interrupt someone when they're speaking?
No, but she said she was sorry.
I'm
But
very
she says
sorry.
she's sorry every day.
But I'm really, really sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. Michelle's right. Gina said she was
said,
sorry.
I'm sorry, and you kept going, and you kept going, and I thought, that poor girl is either
Again,
gonna cry or
Michelle,
quit.
you and Gina are setting back women's rights 30 or 40 years.
I have to disagree with you.
I think it's
Just
only 20.
apologize, Michelle.
Michelle,
Just tell Carrie you're sorry.
You're wrong, and you know why?
Why am
Because
I
you're a
wrong?
woman. That's why, okay?
But thanks for
If
trying.
I were as smart as you guys, I'd know when
Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, it's time to play the game that only one person wants to play.
Before you begin, Johnny, if you don't mind.
Yes.
877-602-9696. We have a line or two open for Beat Gina.
I think I know the problem, Johnny.
Yes?
The fog is really
is.
bad. We heard from a friend of the program that said the fog is so bad they missed their exit.
Well, they shouldn't be playing the game in their cars anyway.
Well,
It's time to play the game that apparently only one person wants to play. It's Beat Gina. It's the game where they pit their wit against Gina Barberi. And today's only contestant may win a Gracie's gift card.
Oh.
Happy Thursday. The lines are ringing now, though. Happy Thursday. Celebrate this evening at Gracie's. Enjoy some Thursday night football, for instance, featuring the Saints versus the Cowboys. Then stick around for Latin jazz with Perfectamundo after the game. Gracie's is for 21 years of age and up only. The winner will receive one $25 Gracie's gift card. And now, here's your genial, avuncular host, Kerry Jackson.
Oh, thank you very much, Johnny.
You're welcome, Kerry.
All right, let's get ready to play our game as the contestants are lining up.
Slowly.
I will just remind you that this is the excuse that the producer's booth gave. Last week was Thanksgiving, so, yeah, cornucopia of trivia.
It's just a bunch of stuff.
It's different subjects.
Unrelated.
They're all, unrelated.
Okay.
I can't see a theme of any kind other than there's just a whole bunch of different types.
Okay.
So you've got to decide who you're going to play against, and this is how we pick contestants. The prize that they offer you if you beat them. All right, line one is offering you champagne and a Beat Cancer t-shirt.
Oh.
All right.
I like that.
Oh. Line three is offering you a $50 donation to the road home.
Oh, I like that.
And Devin is offering you smoked ribs.
Smoked ribs?
There you go.
Well, 'tis the season. I really
For smoked ribs.
I really can't turn down a $50 donation to the road home.
Oh,
It doesn't say dollars, it just says 50.
Well, my guess is it's $50.
50.
Well, let's ask.
Well, let's find out. You'll be playing against John on line three. Hello, John.
Good morning.
Is it $50 or 50 socks or what?
$50.
$50.
When you lose, John, you can make that donation right on the front page of the X96 website. There's a rotating banner that says Road to the Road Home with a link to where you can donate right online. So just be prepared to do that when you lose.
Well, that makes it easy.
Okay.
All right, John. We got the coin toss app out. The game favors you if you go first. Heads or tails, caller?
Heads.
Did he say heads?
He said heads. Hey, Kerry, excuse me. See if you can get those smoked ribs from Devin, though, will you?
I would, yeah. It is tails. Gina goes first.
All right.
All right, so it's a cornucopia of trivia. Here we go. Gina has the first question. She gets exclusive chance to answer it correctly. If she gets it incorrect, then John has a chance to steal the point, and then we'll go back and forth and do that until somebody hits 3 points. All right, Gina. Which of these Shakespeare characters does not appear in Romeo and Juliet?
Okay.
Is it A, Balthasar, B, Bassianus, or C, Benvolio?
B.
Ben.
You give me a hard question, Kerry.
I thought that was a hard question.
That is correct, Gina. You lead 1-0, and now John controls the question with a chance to tie up the game.
All right, John, here's your question. Which U.S. state is home to the largest DMV? The largest Department of Motor Vehicles is in which state? Is it A, California, B, New York, or C, Texas?
Oh, let's go Texas.
Incorrect, Gina.
California.
That is correct.
Gina is just controlling the game.
Wow.
It's 2-0, and she controls the question and has a chance to win.
Let me find a hard one. All right, Gina. Which of these roundabouts was voted was voted 2015 Roundabout of the Year by the Roundabout Appreciation Society.
All right.
This is a hard one.
No, I'm going to get this.
All right, Gina. So which one was 2015's Roundabout of the Year?
Okay.
Was it A, Finsbury Circus Roundabout in London?
Okay.
Railway Roundabout in Hobart, Australia?
Okay.
Or the Carmel Roundabout in Indiana?
Ooh, I know this one.
This is
I'm a member of the Roundabout Society.
This is 2015. That's
2015.
That's the trick part of this.
Ah,
'Cause you
okay.
might. Yeah, I don't. C.
The one in Indiana?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
No.
John.
Let's go B.
B, the Railway Roundabout in Hobart, Australia?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yes.
That
John is
correct.
back in the game
All
with
right.
1 point, and John controls the question.
All right, John, here you go.
Chance to tie the game, John.
John, what is the plastic tip at the end of your shoelace called?
Ooh, I know this one.
Is it A, aglet, B, ferrule, or C, keeper?
A.
Correct.
Aglet is
Aglet.
correct.
Well,
wow.
now things are getting
Game
interesting.
is tied.
I thought this was all over.
Gina controls the question. Chance to win.
See, here's the problem, is that the last two questions that we have, Gina will get right.
I don't see how that's a problem.
It just doesn't seem fair because, well,
It is the game.
I'm going to switch the question.
What? You can't. What?
It's the nature of the game.
Which of these is not a close relative of broccoli?
Gina.
So which of these is the furthest away relative-wise from broccoli?
Okay.
Is it A, mustard, B, cabbage, or C, radish?
The furthest away.
Which of these is not a close relative of broccoli?
Mustard.
Incorrect. John.
Radish.
Radish.
John wins the game.
Wow.
What kind of question was that?
I don't understand that question.
How did you change it?
I had to change it because the other question is, which of these movies did not star Goldie Hawn? Or which was the first Celine Dion song hit to #1? So you would have won either one of those, so I had to switch it up.
What? Carrie,
It
you
would've
just cheated the
it
road
would've-
home out of $50.
It
is
would have
what
just
you
been
did.
a trouncing.
Well. All right.
Well, John, you get the Gracie's gift card.
Way to go, John. Nicely played. I bet John gives a $50 donation to the road home anyway.
I hope he does.
You're right.
All
Okay.
right, John. No pressure. No pressure. We're just here on the radio in front of thousands. All right.
Way to play the game, John.
We'll put you on hold, and
Thank you.
we'll get your information. Hang on. Yeah, it just would have been just not fair. I mean, it's like they knew they were writing them for you, these questions.
I love Goldie Hawn.
I know. You would have gotten it right away.
So, bad multiple car accident, Parley's Canyon by the Mountain Dell exit due to the fog. Now, I was expecting us to have more accidents so far this morning, and I think we're doing pretty well so far. Somebody just says lots of congestion, 250 north at the 201 interchange. Another friend of the program said the fog was so thick I missed my exit. So hopefully people are hearing that that's an issue this morning and they're slowing down and leaving early. Because two things, visibility is down and it'll be clear, and then all of a sudden a dense patch of fog will happen right in front of you. Just be aware of that. And wherever the fog is, the roads are more slick. So if you see something, let us know. And it's safe to text 33986.
All right. Thank you very much. Round one of the boners coming up.
Yeah, here are the titles of your boner candidates. Boner candidate number 1. Listen, he was just sticking up for his boy. Boner candidate number 2. Well, at least he takes good care of the damn doves. And boner candidate number 3. We can't care about our kids as much as they do, and it's making us look bad.
All right, so we got round one of your boners, big boy news, all coming up. Brooklinen.com. This is going to be a great idea, I think, for Christmas, because all you have to know is whether the giftee, the person you're buying the gift for, what size of bed do they have?
Oh.
Queen?
Yeah.
King? Whatever. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
You can have it sent to their house. because you love your Brooklyn. I love my Brooklyn and sheets an awful lot. So this is just a great idea for gift giving, I think, for this time of year. The sheets just don't feel amazing, but they look great as well. You can mix and match over 20 colors and patterns. They've got great idea for gifts this season: towels, robes, candles, sleep masks, and more. Just a terrific idea. I love my Brooklyn and sheets. Slept in them last night so soundly. My Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets I've ever slept on, and now it's time for your chance to try them. Brooklinen.com giving an exclusive offer just for our listeners. You'll get $20 off and free shipping when you use the promo code Jackson at brooklinen.com. They are so confident in their product. All their sheets, comforters, towels come with a lifetime warranty. The only way to get $20 off and free shipping is to use the promo code Jackson, my last name, Jackson, at brooklinen.com, BROOKLINEN.com, and the promo code Jackson. These really are the best sheets ever.
Hi, I'm Todd Newcomb. I was born in Utah, and I grew up listening to alternative music in Utah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Radio from Hell show is proud to announce a brand new entertainment in downtown Salt Lake City.
That's right. It's the grand opening of Carrie and Bill's Shakespeare Dinner Theater, where patrons can enjoy the very best in culture and cuisine.
Each month, Bill and I will present a brand new Shakespeare play for your delight.
And with each play, we'll change our dinner theater menu. We begin this weekend with Hamlet, Prince of Denmark.
Who's there? Nay, answer me. Stand and unfold yourself.
Long live the king.
Bernardo?
Line. He.
You come most carefully upon your hour.
'Tis now struck 12. Get thee to bed, Francisco.
And with immortal lines like that from the Bard, you get your choice of Hamlet Hawaiian-style ham, a juicy ham steak with a pineapple ring, or the Polonius chicken pot pie.
And what's even more fun, not only will Bill and I play most of the parts, but we'll be your waiters.
In coming months, you'll delight to other great Shakespearean masterpieces.
Like The Taming of the Shrew, with me as Petruchio, and Bill as Catherine the Shrew.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
My remedy is then to pluck it out.
Aye, if the fool could find it where it lies.
Who knows where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails, and so farewell.
What? With my tongue in your tail? Nay, come again, good Kate, I am a gentleman.
It's Carrie and Bill's Shakespeare Dinner Theater in the old Felt Electric building in the Regent Street alley off 2nd South.
And look in your Happenings coupon book for a 2-for-1 coupon, good on Wednesdays and Thursdays at Carrie and Bill's Shakespeare Dinner Theater. Your dinners are full price, but one of you will get to sit through the play twice.
Get thee hence to Carrie and Bill's Shakespeare Dinner Theater, where you give us the dough and we put on the show.
Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 7:21 right now. Time for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories. They are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will listen to all 3, then you will decide. Of these 3 candidates, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day?
That's a rough decision.
It is, but we're asking you to do it 3 times today. First here in round 1, you'll pick your winner of round 1. Then again at 8:20 with round 2. We'll do this again with 3 more candidates, 3 different ones. And we'll take the winner of each round and throw them into boner fight at 9:20, and that's when you'll decide boner of the day. So your work is cut out for you. Terribly sorry. It is a thankless task.
No kidding.
2 candidates now, a third after the news, and once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote for round 1. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
I can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell boner t-shirt courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair. Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
Cher she's enjoying a second viewing of the Broadway show about her life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's already seen it once, and she's lived her life.
I was going to say, it's her life.
Yeah.
Well, now, what's her involvement on this show? Did she help write, or is she produce, or is it just being done?
It's a present for her.
It's a gift to share.
Thank you.
She appeared more pleased at the second viewing of her Broadway musical, The Cher Show, on Tuesday. A spy said of the icon, she walked in during the second act and stayed the entire act. She was clapping and enjoying it. This is one of the few songs I enjoy auto-tuning.
Well, she was the first one to do it.
It's one of my least favorite Cher songs.
And it is, yeah.
Remember, she was on the naval ship singing to sailors.
Yeah.
Kind of offering herself up to the Navy.
Sailors.
Yeah. The source added that Eric McCormick was also there, and the crowd went nuts. Of course. But when Cher walked in, he was invisible. We hear that a camera crew was also on the scene and got a few close-ups of Cher. This is also one of my least favorites. All of Cher's songs are my least favorite.
There's some good ones.
I like the ones she did with Sonny. I like.
I'm surprised that's in there.
I like.
It's the only 2.
Bang Bang.
Wait a minute, that's the only 2 in there?
Only 2 Cher songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Bang Bang, you shot me down.
Surely the rewind wants to play.
That's it. Of just Cher. I'm looking for Sonny now.
Oh, you know what? I've just started into the news and I'm not doing the boner candidates. You should have been doing the boner candidates here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You distracted us.
I thought maybe this was a boner candidate.
No. Sorry.
No,
it's not a boner candidate?
No, I was distracted.
I was waiting.
I was distracted.
I thought it had something to do with Eric McCormick.
I was distracted because there was a story that popped up here, a breaking news story, and I got distracted.
That you'll give after the boners.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So anyway, let's go to the boner candidate. Here's boner candidate number 1. He was just sticking up for his boy. Point him out, a Tennessee dad said. He asked his son and then he assaulted a student. Michael McMillan from Memphis, arrested October 26th after he attacked 2 people at Craigmont High School gym after school hours. The victims were not being publicly identified. A school staff member told police that Mr. McMillan barged into the school gym with his son. A female staff member tried to stop him, but Mr. McMillan, who's a big guy.
Oh, yeah.
Look at him.
He's huge.
Yeah. Big guy. You can see him at x96.com/live. He barged into the gym. The female staff member tried to stop him, but McMillan just pushed her aside. That's when McMillan said to his son, point him out. After his son motioned to a student in the bleachers, McMillan punched the student in the head twice, then pushed another female staff member off the bleachers when she tried to stop the attack. Other staff members were able to grab McMillan so the student could escape. The student suffered a busted lip, and the teacher had bruises and a swollen nose. Parents at the school were certainly alarmed by the incident. You can't just go around putting your hands on other people's children, said one parent. I am shocked, said another parent. Well, I say, He was just sticking up for his boy. Boner candidate number 1. Here's boner candidate number 2. Well, at least he's taking good care of the damn doves. A man arrested on Tuesday on suspicion of making criminal threats had an arsenal of weapons, Nazi and Confederate paraphernalia, and hundreds of doves in his Huntington Beach home. A Laguna Beach resident had alerted authorities mid-November about receiving threats from Mitchell Todd involving a business dispute, according to Laguna Beach Police. This is according to Sergeant Jim Cota of the Laguna Beach Police. Sergeant Cota said that Mr. Todd ran a company that released doves at events.
That's what they do.
Yeah. You know,
somebody's got to do it.
Said that the victim hired Mr. Cota, or hired Mr. Todd for his son's funeral, to release doves at his son's funeral.
That's nice.
Now, when the release of the doves did not happen, Mr. Todd still demanded payment for the dove release.
Well, you promised me doves.
Well, yeah, but I just couldn't. You just got to pay me anyway. Well, detectives looked over the correspondence between the two people, which included threatening text messages and a voicemail in which the release of the slide of a handgun is apparently heard. You can hear on the voicemail
that's
the
very
guy
specific.
cocking a handgun.
Really?
Yeah.
Like in a threatening way?
Yeah, he said, "You better pay me."
Well, that's not exactly a rim shot. It's
one of the messages was, "Maybe you need to be where your son is at."
Oh,
really?
Yeah. Police searched Mr. Todd's Huntington Beach home on Tuesday night and reported discovering 57 firearms, including rifles, handguns, and other weapons, as well as Nazi memorabilia, a Confederate flag. Authorities also said they found several rounds of ammunition and 200 doves, which appeared to be well cared for.
So they should be able to be released at events that they're hired for.
12 of the guns were found registered to Mr. Todd. In addition to a video of the birds, Laguna Beach Police also tweeted an image showing the Nazi and Confederate flags alongside what appeared to be a picture of Hitler. Police took Mr. Todd into custody in connection with the criminal threats. They continued to investigate other weapons not registered to Mr. Todd and whether he was involved with hate groups. So he's a guy who has Nazi flags, a picture of Hitler, and releases doves at funerals and other events.
He's a complicated man.
Living in Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
Making it even more complicated in that hippy-dippy town.
Yeah. Well, at least he takes good care of the damn doves. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Now, we can't care about our kids as much as they do, and it's making us look bad.
All right. We got boner candidate number 3 for round 1 coming up after this big boy news and Opinnuendo. Brought to you by
the Downtown Farmers Market presents the Winter Market Saturdays from 10 to 2 at Rio Grande Depot. Shop fresh local goods from local purveyors. More details at slcfarmersmarket.org.
Kelly Taylor Ellis of Draper is facing criminal charges, including manslaughter, or in the alternative, negligent homicide, for renting out what he described as a death trap and a tinderbox, a Provo apartment building that he owned. He described it himself as a death trap, but he continued to rent it out, and now a tenant has died when it caught fire. He knew the building was unsafe, said Provo Fire Battalion Chief Lynn Schofield. He knew it was unsafe. He filed charges against Homer Workman, who they say collected rent and was aware that the building, converted from a video rental store into living space, was unlivable by city standards. The allegations come 6 months now after authorities determined that 48-year-old Donna Clegg died of smoke inhalation in the home on 1455 South State Street. On a Friday morning in June, crews arrived at 4:45 in the morning, found flames shooting through the roof. Clegg shared the home with her former husband, who tried to save her, but fire engulfed her bedroom, Schofield said. The man managed to escape even though outside windows were boarded and a door was locked. He was treated for smoke inhalation. And the guy who owned the place said he knew it was a death trap, but he rented it out anyway. So he's being charged with a crime for doing it. A Utah man who was booked into jail for investigation of murder last month is now out of jail as the investigation into the woman's death continues. Cody Alexander Young was booked into Juab County Jail in October after the body of Jan Pearson Jenkins was found on a sagebrush hillside about a mile from where the two of them were camping last month. Now, he's been released from jail, but he's got an ankle monitor.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think they have quite enough evidence, but they're still investigating. He had pleaded guilty as charged. The judge released him at the request of the defense. I objected to that, said Juab County Attorney Ryan Peters. Young was released in order to wear an ankle monitor. He's required to remain in Utah until he's sentenced. So he pleaded guilty, but he's out of jail. They're going to sentence him. I don't know why they just don't keep him in jail, but there you go. Democrats have nominated Nancy Pelosi to be Speaker of the House again. Pelosi had no challengers. She still faces a full House vote in January when Democrats take control of the chamber for the first time in 8 years. She's the first woman to serve as House Speaker. She would regain the leadership role she lost in 2011. I'm proud to be the nominee of the House Democratic Caucus once again, Speaker of the House, said Nancy Pelosi, who's 78 years old. Ben McAdams voted no. As he told us,
TV ad told us.
Yeah, and as he told us yesterday on the phone, he would vote no. And his reason is he thinks we need new leadership. And as he said he would, he did vote.
How does he feel about Chuck Schumer?
I don't know. We didn't ask him.
We should have asked him because I'll bet he's fine with Chuck Schumer.
For weeks, student veterans across the country have raised an alarm about having delayed or incorrect GI Bill benefit payments, which the Department of Veterans Affairs has blamed on computer issues. But on Wednesday, the department told congressional staffers that it would not reimburse those veterans who were paid less than they were owed.
That is not okay.
2 committee aides were told on. The news conflicts with a promise that VA officials made to a House committee earlier this month that it would reimburse those veterans who received less than the full amount they were due. According to the aides, however, the VA said it would not make retroactive payments without auditing its previous education claims, which it said would delay future claims. The aides asked not to be identified because they were not authorized to speak publicly.
You figure out another way to make that work. That is not okay. They don't get the money they're entitled to.
NBC News previously reported that some veterans were forced into desperate financial straits stemming from a change in calculating housing allowances under the Forever GI Bill, which President Trump signed into law. When its computers were unable to process that change, the VA quickly faced a backlog of veterans' claims 3 times higher than normal.
You can't trot the military out for your own uses and then not take care of them on the other side.
You can.
That is not okay.
Apparently you can because they did. Now here's that news that distracted me. Special Counsel Robert Mueller has reached a tentative deal with Michael Cohen, the former personal attorney and longtime fixer for Donald Trump. Sources told ABC News Cohen is scheduled to appear in federal court in Manhattan on Thursday, today, and he is expected to enter a guilty plea for misstatements to Congress, lying.
Lying to Congress.
They are misstatements.
In closed-door testimony last year about his contacts with Russians during the presidential campaign. Once among the president's most loyal and zealous defenders in business and politics, Cohen has now promised to put family and country first by cooperating with prosecutors, becoming perhaps the most pivotal public witness against Donald Trump. Cohen's earlier plea deal with federal prosecutors in the Southern District of New York implicated President Trump in campaign finance felonies. Felonies? That's serious stuff. Since then, Cohen has spent more than 70 hours in interviews with Mueller's team. The questioning has focused on contacts with Russians by Trump. No collusion.
Says who?
Trump's business ties to Russia, obstruction of justice, and talk of possible pardon. Sources familiar with the discussions have told ABC News.
All right. Weather, traffic.
It is related today. Foggy and cold. It's 35 right now. It'll get up to about 44. There will be rain showers later this afternoon into the evening. We'll have snow tomorrow. But this morning, the story is the fog. It's caused a multiple vehicle crash at Mountain Dell and Parley's Canyon. The car is upside down. Roads are wet and slick, and visibility is poor today. So give yourself some extra time. We've also got a crash northbound I-15 at milepost 285 in Lehigh. And normally I like you to let me know what's going on. I just want to make sure you're not texting and driving, especially when the visibility is so bad. Accident on Redwood Road in Bluffdale at the Maverick gas station. The fog is thick and stupid is thicker.
What?
He's talking about a guy in a jacked up truck in front of him that doesn't have his lights on. So turn your lights on. That's traffic.
Here's boner candidate number 3. We don't care about our kids as much as they do, and it's making us look bad. One mother shed tears when she read the superintendent's announcement. Another said it felt like getting punched in the stomach. After struggling with a growing number of parents in school cafeterias, the Darien school system said parents and guardians are no longer welcome to visit with their children during lunch at the town's elementary schools. The decision has stirred strong emotions in Darien, a wealthy shoreline community that prides itself on its high-performing public schools. While some parents said it was time to stop a disruptive practice, others have protested at town meetings and in online forums that the change has deprived them of cherished time to check in on their children and model good social behavior. It feels like a punch in the gut, said parent Jessica Zhu, whose oldest child is in first grade. I chose the town for its schools. I'm so frustrated that the schools don't want me there. Elementary schools generally set their own rules for parent visits, and policies vary widely. Some allow it on children's birthdays or other special occasions. In some areas, districts say it's not an issue because parents do not or cannot visit because of work or other obligations. In Darien, a town of colonial-style homes behind stone fences where the median household income exceeds $200,000, so many parents had begun attending lunch that principals felt they were affecting the day-to-day running of the elementary schools, according to Tara Ockman, chairman of the Darien Board of Education. On a typical day, Zhu said 6 or 7 parents were in the cafeteria of her children's school. We believe that schools exist for children, and we work to develop the skills necessary for students to grow into engaged members of society, Ockman said. We work every day on this mission so that our students embrace their next steps confidently and respectfully. The Darien superintendent and elementary school principals declined to comment, but a veteran of school lunchrooms in the nearby town of Weston, Kellyanne Franzi, said parent visits can be taxing because children become upset when their parents leave, and school staff members feel that their every move is being scrutinized by the parents. Some Weston parents visited their children every week, they said. So some parents are getting upset because they can't go visit their children because they work.
So nobody should.
Yeah, so nobody should.
That's ridiculous.
It's upset. We can't care about our kids as much as they do, so nobody should be able to do it.
You do what everybody did is you write them a little note and you put it in their lunch bag, and then they...
But conversely, I'm not sure if I were the kid, I'd want to have lunch with my parents in front of everybody.
Well, if they bring you McDonald's, that's when you're...
Oh, well, okay.
Some of the parents bring lunch for their kids.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's nice.
All right.
It's okay. Boner candidate number 3.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
So boner candidate number 1, he was just sticking up for his boy. A dad assaulting a student after asking his son to, you point him out. And he barged into the gym and beat up a student. Boner candidate number 2, well, at least he takes good care of the damn doves. Nazi flags, firearms, Huntington Beach, and it's a guy who has a business releasing doves of peace at events. Boner candidate number 3, we can't care about our kids as much as they do, so it's making us look bad, so we should just ban it.
There you go. All right, you got to decide. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to go forward to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day? If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 2's voting. Yes, we're going to do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. And we'll take both the winners and throw them into the Boner Fight at 9:20 this morning. That's when you'll decide Boner of the Day. So, round 1, pick your champion, 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text. That's all we need is that single digit in the message. Text that to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696. Cynthia is taking votes in the producer's booth. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting November 29 and vote there. You've got 4 minutes is all. Let's go. This is round one.
The music starts at 10 with a 1 hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders. Today we find our elders roaming a desolate, uncharted, dark, smelly planet, looking for someone or something to convert. It is sometime between breakfast and lunch.
Oh, man, I don't feel so well.
I warned you against eating eggs you found in the middle of nowhere on a planet that isn't even on the map.
But I was hungry. Besides, they were tasty.
Well, if you don't feel well now, you have no one to blame but yourself. Come on, we're falling behind schedule.
How can we have a schedule on a planet with nothing on it?
We won't know if this planet is uninhabited until we explore some more of it. Come on, let's go.
What the flip? Lehigh, help!
Ew! George, it looks like your breakfast isn't setting well with you. What the heck is that? Looks like the planet is inhabited after all.
Get it off me!
Stand back. I'll take care of it.
Oh, hi, ma'am. Who are you? And why in heaven's name are you pointing what appears to be a flamethrower at my companion?
Name's Ripley. Lieutenant Ripley, and I'm about to torch that little critter before it gets a chance to make a run for it.
Hi, my name is Newt.
Well, it's nice to meet you both. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We were wondering if you'd ever heard of our church, and if so, if you'd like to learn more.
Enough with the chit-chat. I need to kill that monster before it grows any bigger and has a chance to fight back. Now, Lehigh, wasn't it? If you would just stand back a bit so I can get a clear shot at your friend's chest.
What?
I will do no such thing. All that little critter has done is ruined a perfectly good suit for Mr. Mac, and as long as there's a chance in heck of converting either it or its mother, we would prefer that you leave it be.
Do what you have to do. God knows I will.
Look out, Butch!
Burn, you bastard, burn. Sorry, I meant the alien thing, not your companion.
Butch? You okay? Butch, speak to me! Is this the end of Butch? Will Lehigh take a shot at converting the alien queen despite the char-broiling of one of her offspring by Lieutenant Ripley? Will Newt get to say anything else in this episode? Tune in next time to hear...
Say, Lehigh, you know, these things aren't half bad cooked, you know. Hey, has anybody got any Tabasco sauce?
In the next titty-twisting episode of Space Elders!
96.
All right, 7:47. Time to award round one of your boner voting.
And that round one of your boner voting is brought to you in part by fried rice.
And happy Thursday. Celebrate this evening at Gracie's. Enjoy some Thursday night football featuring the Saints versus the Cowboys. Then stick around for Latin jazz with Perfectamundo after the game. Gracie's is for 21 and older only.
So we got boner candidate number one. He was just sticking up for his boy. It was the dad who just barged into the school gym with his son beside him and said, point him out. Kid, you know, and my guess is the kid didn't want to do it. The dad not only, you know, beat up a student, but also bullied his son into doing it. You know, you show me who that kid is and I'll beat him up, and did. Boner candidate number two, well, at least he takes good care of the damn doves. It's a guy who has a business releasing doves at events, funerals, memorials, you know, birds of peace. You know, doves are just pigeons. They're just homing pigeons.
Yeah.
But he also has Nazi flags, pictures of Hitler, firearms, and he threatened a guy who he never showed up to release the doves at his son's funeral. And so when the police started investigating, they found all of this Nazi memorabilia and so forth. And then boner candidate number three, well, we can't care about our kids as much as these other parents do. So let's just make that's making us look bad. So let's just ban, you know, anybody coming to school lunch.
Ruining it for everyone.
Right. So let's see. We had someone named Nelson, or Nelson if you prefer, winning a boner T-shirt, and the winner, boner candidate number two. Well, at least he takes care of the damn doves.
All right, that's your winner of round one. It now has a chance to become boner of the day. It has to defeat the winner of round two's voting. Round two will happen at 8:20 with three more candidates, different ones. Then we'll take the winner of each round and throw them into boner fight at 9:20. That's when boner of the day is decided by you. Is this sponsored, Gina?
Yes, Dr. Volt's Comic Connection has everything you're looking for, whether it's comic, anime, cards, games, or even action figures. Dr. Volt has it.
And now joining us here in the studio, Sean Patrick Means. He's here to talk about movies and about the Sundance Film Festival, which is fast approaching.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean, of course, writes film criticism, and he writes about culture things for the Salt Lake Tribune. You can read anything that he writes, pretty much, at moviecricket.net.
Correct.
You can read his reporting in the Salt Lake Tribune, sltrib.com.
Mm-hmm.
And that about covers it, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so what have you got for us today?
Well, we'll start talking about Sundance.
Yeah, because that's on its way.
It's on its way. They announced their slate yesterday.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
So that's all available.
All available online at sltrib.com.
Mm-hmm.
Along with a front page story today, profile or looking at how this is going to be the most inclusive festival.
Are we included?
In terms of, you know, they actually have the statistics that in the U.S. competition, there are more women directors than men.
Nice.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. And you know, the higher figures for people of color, for LGBTQ. They're really making a drive to show their diversity.
Mm-hmm.
Some of this has to do with the fact that they have a new program director, Kim Utani, who is a woman and of Japanese heritage. So first woman and first person of color to be to lead the programming at any major film festival.
Interesting.
And this has been a big deal in the last year or so. You know, a lot of people criticized, like at Cannes Film Festival, of the 21 movies in the competition, 3 of them were directed by women. At Venice this last August, 20 movies, 1 woman director. You know, so Sundance is ahead of the curve here in Hollywood terms, but still, you know, when you're talking about half the audience, it should be a little more.
It should be
a little more even up. There's some fascinating stuff, and not only that, but there are movies coming in that have strong women characters in the lead. People like Alfred Woodard, Julianne Moore, Michelle Williams, Mindy Kaling. There seems to be there's this one that looks really funny called Late Night, which is Mindy Kaling wrote and stars as the first female writer on the staff of a longtime late night talk show. hosted by, and the host is played by Emma Thompson.
Huh. Oh, that could be good.
So I'm very hopeful for that one. Plus, there are a lot of documentaries about interesting women. There's one about where they followed 4 insurgent Democratic candidates who were trying to primary out, longtime members of Congress.
Mm-hmm.
One of them made it, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh, cool.
And it's one of those things where, with a documentary, when you're a documentary maker, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Mm-hmm. People want to go see it because she got
if she shows up, and it's likely she will, that's going to be a rock star level sort of excitement for that movie.
Yeah. And what will she be wearing?
Those shoes look really nice.
You're too nice for a socialist.
Hopefully she's wearing sensible boots, in the snow. The other one that a lot of people are excited about that I've talked already is there's a documentary about Dr. Ruth.
Oh,
still around. 90. She's 90.
Mm-hmm. But she's still around.
She's still around, and she'll be the Apple doll person this year. Last year it was Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I need you to use condoms.
That's her.
That's her. Looking forward to her.
Now, you haven't mentioned the one I'm looking forward to. It's All the Things.
All the Things?
It is All the Things.
What?
It's Utah.
What?
Oh,
it's Murder.
Yes, it is.
And it's Zac Efron.
Uh-huh.
The hell?
It's
Who did he murder?
All the Things.
Who did Zac Efron
What is this
murder?
that you're talking about?
This is called. It has a long title. Give me a second. It's called Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile.
Great title.
Zac Efron playing Ted Bundy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I heard about this.
Now, don't groan, Bill. Zac Efron, and I think Sean will back me up on this. He's a good actor. He's been in some bad things, but he can be.
He's been in some shockingly bad things.
He can be good.
Yeah, and the point. This is seen through the viewpoint of his longtime girlfriend, played by Lily Collins,
Who lived here.
who lived here and had no clue, or said she had no clue.
Interesting.
So, it's about him between murders, and
he was a nice guy.
And how could you build up that charisma and everything, So we had a photo from the production a while back because there's a shot of James Hetfield from Metallica wearing a Utah State Troopers uniform.
That's the other thing I forgot. This is All of the Things for me in one
Good
movie.
Lord, Gina, this is your movie. All right.
So,
who was it that
you didn't make this, did you?
Who was it? The TV actor who's
Mark
been
Harmon.
Mark Harmon.
Yeah,
who
Mark
played,
Harmon.
who did a very good job playing him a long time ago.
And
on
The
the
Deliberate
TV.
Stranger, and then it actually led to him, all of his TV career, NCIS, and the whole shot.
And that was a very good TV movie, as I recall.
Are tickets on sale or?
The passes and ticket packages, there's still some available. Individual tickets don't go on sale till January.
Okay.
And if you're a Sundance member, it's January 13th for the pre-sale, January 15th for locals, because they give us a head start.
That's right.
And then January 17th for locals, and then January 22nd for everybody else, and then leading into the festival, which starts on the 24th.
All right.
I mean, you can still get ticket packages now, and you get to make your selections in early January. It's all, there's a whole system, and we explain that online at sltrip.com.
Thank you very much. Well, we'll get to the movies that are opening this weekend after these. Looks like an awful lot of artsies and just a fartsy. But we'll get to them coming up. Stand by.
Oh, my goodness.
What?
Well, we just opened the blinds here to see, because you said, is the fog still there? Yeah. We can't, there's a federal a giant skyscraper building across the street from us that we can't see. And I follow the National Weather Service. They keep posting pictures of all up and down the Wasatch Front of how bad the fog is. Now, that hasn't translated into a lot of accidents so far, because I think it's the fog so bad people are driving as they should, very slow, which means it's going to take you longer to get where you need to go this morning. Give yourself some extra time. Dense fog also causes the roads to be slick. So not a lot of accidents so far, but slow traffic.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll be back with the rest of the movie reviews coming up in just a few moments. Grove.co. Got to tell you about this. This is where you can get all of that nice smelling stuff that also cleans your house. And you can understand the label. It's, they try to keep the chemicals and stuff out
I
of
know
their
what
products.
all of those things are.
So that's what Grove.co carries, all of the stuff that tries to keep the chemicals out as much as possible. And they've got a great exclusive offer from Grove. Get it before it runs out. Select your favorite holiday scents from Mrs. Myers. So here's your choice. Iowa Pine, which is nice. Peppermint. I haven't had a chance to try that one yet, but Orange Clove is my favorite. New customers will be getting the holiday set when you place your first order of $20. So you'll get the free Mrs. Myers Holiday Hand Soap, Holiday Dish Soap, and Holiday Multi-Surface Spray. Sue likes that. You'll also get a Grove Collaborative Red Cleaning Caddy and Walnut Scrubber Sponges. Plus, if you spend $39, you'll also receive a free Grove Stoneware Tray to display your new holiday soaps or whatever you feel like displaying. Shop Grove before this exclusive holiday offer runs out. This stuff will be all gone come December for a limited time. Our listeners who sign up get an amazing free Mrs. Myers holiday products. You get the free 60-day VIP membership and a surprise bonus gift just for you when you sign up and place an order of $20 or more. So check out Grove and the special offer at grove.co/X96. You got to do that /X96 so that you get the deal and that we get the credit. That's grove.co, not com/X96.
Radio from Hale wants to keep you warm.
Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, we continue with our movie reviews in a moment, but first...
X96 is proud to announce Monster Jam Triple Threat Series returning to Vivint Smart Home Arena January 4th through the 5th. Biggest, boldest head-to-head competition featuring Monster Jam trucks, speedsters, and ATVs. Opening night tickets start at just $15, and they're on sale at Ticketmaster.com. I am going to give you a name.
Uh-huh.
And that name, you have to decide whether that person is a rider, R-I-D-E-R, or...
a writer of like a truck. What?
Correct. Or a writer of like a novel.
Okay.
You could win a 4-pack of tickets to Monster Jam and then be qualified for 4 VIP tickets and swag bags of Monster Jam Triple Threat Series. This is... I don't know who picked this one, but...
Okay.
It's really hard. Pay attention.
Okay.
J.K. Rowling or Rowling. I don't know. Is it Rowling or Rowling? I'm not familiar with this person.
How do you spell that?
Well,
It doesn't matter.
No.
Doesn't?
No,
Okay.
because what you have to spell is either rider, R-I-D-E-R, or
Oh, I see.
writer, R-I-T-E-R. Text it to 33986.
I think I've got the gist of this
I don't-
contest now. Okay. All right, we're back with Sean Means. We're going to talk about some movies, some art movies, mostly playing at the Broadway or the Tower, I would think.
Looks like you like most of them.
Yep. Yeah. The week after Thanksgiving is not known for big studio releases because nobody wants to compete with the second week of, in this case, Ralph Breaks the Internet and Creed 2 and all that, and that juggernaut that is Robin Hood.
Boy, that's just getting kicked up on one side and down the other.
Yeah, deservedly so.
Yeah.
The only fartsy this week is called The Possession of Hannah Grace, which is a little horror movie in a morgue with Shay Mitchell, who I'm told is a big thing.
I saw the trailer for it. It looked looked like it might be scary.
Yeah. They didn't screen it.
Oh, okay. They don't need to.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
And nor do I care.
All right, so that's the fartsies.
The fartsies. We'll start with Border. This is a grim little fairy tale from Sweden. You have a homely woman named Tina who she has the ability to smell fear.
I can do that too.
I don't know.
And microwaves.
Well, and it comes in handy for her because she has a job as a customs officer at a seaport, and so she can smell when somebody's trying to smuggle in 14 bottles of booze, or in one instance a memory chip of child porn on his phone. And so that's a very handy skill to have in that job.
Yeah.
One day though, she smells something else, and it's somebody who seems very much like her in a lot of interesting and weird ways.
Okay.
This gets into something kind of they start seeing each other, and it gets a little supernatural and a little weird, and has a sex scene that you will never be able to unsee.
Well, I don't know if you mean that as a good thing.
I don't know if it's good or bad either. It's weird.
Is it erotic or is it?
It's strange.
Okay,
is what I can say. Without giving away a lot, without giving away the whole game, really, it's strange.
Where's this movie playing and how often?
The Broadway and a couple times a day.
Okay.
All right. So 3 stars.
3 stars for this.
Border.
Yes.
All right. So Life and Nothing More.
Right. This is sort of like quintessential independent film. It's nobody you've heard of, no soundtrack, shot documentary style.
And yet you liked it.
I loved it. It was very fascinating. It because it says everything about what's going on in our world in our country right now. You have a 14-year-old African American boy named Andrew, who is, when we first meet him, he's in court because he's on probation for boosting cars and stuff. And as a kid, and he's got a single mom, 3-year-old sister. Life is very hard for these folks, and you see that play out very simply, very directly, in sort of these almost documentary-like scenes, and you see him trying to figure out sort of where he's supposed to be in this world, and going to school, going to his anger management counseling, helping out at home, hanging out with his friends, whatever. And the tension comes in when the mom starts dating a guy.
Oh.
And
okay, I see it.
Yeah, and because I mean, dad is incarcerated and they're divorced and so on. So she starts seeing this guy, and that tension between the son and the new boyfriend starts picking up.
Is he a nice guy?
Which one?
The guy he's dating. She's dating.
He's human.
Okay.
There's good parts and bad parts.
All right.
And that's the thing about this movie is it is very much realistic and really, without telling you, without getting preachy, it really shows what
Right.
people who are in poverty, and this happens in Florida where this movie's set, and people in poverty, people of color, that the stuff they're dealing with, and it's I mean the title says what it is. It's Life and Nothing More, and that's what it is.
All
so
right.
3.5.
3.5 for Life and Nothing More. Mirai, is that how you say that?
Yes, Mirai. This is the opposite end of the spectrum because this is Japanese anime and very fantastical. You have a 4-year-old. This is all seen through the eyes of a 4-year-old Japanese boy. Parents just came home with a new baby sister.
Oh.
And 4-year-olds, as we all know, are the center of the universe.
Yes.
Just ask them.
Yep.
And so you have a 4-year-old having to deal with the fact that he's not the center of the universe anymore because there's a new baby in the house.
Yeah, my niece is a jerk.
Yeah.
My niece is
Well, that's probably true. I know what you mean.
Anyway.
And so every time he has a tantrum or something is upsetting to him, he thinks his parents don't love him anymore because they don't pay as much attention to him as he did because they've got the baby and all this other stuff.
Oh, okay.
And he goes off into the garden, the sort of garden, backyard in his house, and suddenly things start happening. He will start. The first one, he sees this tall man in the backyard.
Slender Man.
Not quite, but the man is complaining. Well, I used to be the prince of this house before you showed up. He says this to the 4-year-old, and he's the human manifestation of the family dog.
Of the dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Life lessons are learned.
And goes on like that. Sees the teenage version of his baby sister. Sees all kinds of things. It's the English language voice cast has John Cho and Rebecca Hall as the parents. Daniel Day Kim pops up in one spot. As with a lot of Japanese anime, this one the images are just fantastic because they go from photoreal to just complete.
Sounds like something my daughter would love.
It's very charming. It's rated PG, so this is one of those great opportunities to get your kid into the tower.
Oh,
in a movie, because it's actually a movie that is not going to scar them for life.
Yeah. Okay.
And get your kid into the tower. Start that habit of seeing movies that aren't just Disney.
All right.
So
Tower Theater. It's playing at the tower.
Playing at the tower.
So you like
it's
this
also playing a one-night thing tonight. The Fathom Events thing. It's playing at some suburban theaters if you can't get through the fog. But go to the tower. Go see it in a cool historic place. 3.5 stars.
3.5 for Mirai. So let's run these down. Border, 3 stars. Life and Nothing More, 3.5 stars. And 3.5 for Mirai. The Possession of Hannah Grace, not screened. It's a horror movie.
Yep.
It'll do fine. What do we got next week?
Next week, in some theaters, the 25th anniversary re-release of Schindler's List.
That's a good thing to take your kids to.
No, God.
Well, if you want to scar them for life in a good way, yes.
No, don't.
But amazing movie still, and as timely as ever.
Somebody
Unfortunately,
should see it.
So,
You should see
Talk
it.
about things you can't unsee.
Yeah.
I have stuff in that
Yeah, me too.
wish I didn't have in my
But
head.
it's important.
I know.
There's not a lot of studio stuff next week again and this time it's because they're gearing up for the following week and at the end of the toward Christmas when we get into Mary Poppins and Aquaman and Mortal Engines and
Bumblebee,
all the murderer's row of blockbusters at the end
If you're
for
one
the
of
Christmas holiday.
If you're one of the 2 people that didn't see Wreck-It Ralph, go take your kids.
I need to go see
Yeah.
that.
Go see Ralph Breaks the Internet and stay through the credits because there's a funny bit at the end.
All right.
All right.
So,
Thank you, Sean.
There we go. Thank you very much, Sean Means. What do we got traffic-wise, Gina?
Still surprisingly not a lot of accidents, but the fog is an issue for commuters this morning. Fender bender northbound I-15 right before the 12th Street exit. Crash northbound I-15 at milepost 285 in Lehigh. And Redwood Road between Saratoga Springs and Bluffdale is super slow. I'm not sure if that's fog related. Probably is. You need about an extra 15 minutes to get through that area. That's traffic.
All right, thank you.
Here are your boners, round 2. Boner candidate to number 1. That looks like we got another Walmart sweatpants groin injury. Number 2, wait for it to melt. And number 3, they get a little allowance every week.
Round 2 of your boners, big boy news, all coming up. Yes, got to tell you about brooklinen.com. I like my Brooklinen sheets so much that I think I'm going to spread the love and give us gifts this year. And
People will love that.
Oh, you don't have to.
All I have to do is just find out what size the person's bed is.
I have a
It's
king.
a double.
King, double?
Double.
All right. And then I'm just going to send it directly to their house, some sheets.
Thank you.
Brooklinen works directly with the manufacturers and directly with the customers. No middlemen. They give you 5-star hotel quality sheets that are affordable and easy to order. Also, they have other stuff besides just sheets and things like that. Towels, robes, candles, sleep masks, all great ideas for gifts this year. And their super fast shipping makes sure that you can get your holiday gifts right on time. Our duvet cover. Sue loves the duvet cover because it has these ties on the inside, so it keeps everything even, not all bunched up. My Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets I've ever slept on. Now it's time for you to give them a try. Exclusive offer just for our listeners. Get $20 off and free shipping when you use the promo code Jackson at brooklinen.com. They are so confident in their products, all their sheets, comforters, towels, all that, come with a lifetime warranty. Only way to get $20 off and free shipping is to use the promo code Jackson, my last name, Jackson, at brooklinen.com, BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code Jackson. These are the best sheets ever.
Radio from Hell has a new podcast.
It's the Radio from Hell Best of podcast.
Ladies and James, Pegleg Johnson, the one-legged stand-up comic. We're going to have him back real soon. Now don't go away, folks, because in just a few minutes, you're going to be laughing your butts off with our headliner, Gallagher! Gallagher! You know, the guy with the watermelons? Yeah, well, anyway, it's time for a special treat here at Bananas, the best comedy club in a shopping mall in downtown Sheboygan. Please welcome the comedy stylings of Little Tommy Little, the 3-year-old stand-up comic!
Thank you, folks. It's great to be here. Now, stop me if you've heard this one. Why did the little moron saw his toilet in half?
Get off the stage!
Oh, I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, mister.
What?
Mister, is that a bug in your drink?
Where?
Made you look, made you stare, made you lose your underwear, stupid head booger face. Poo-poo pee-pee.
Be part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, remember that information. You're going to need it here in about 15 minutes when you start the boner voting process.
Why are you so angry?
It was just being emphatic.
Because it's fun. This is me having fun.
Emphasis.
This is round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories. They are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you'll decide with your vote who of these 3 candidates, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, hey, way to go, round 2 winner. Way to go. You're not boner of the day yet. You're going to have to defeat the winner of round 1's voting that we did an hour ago. So we'll take both those winners, each round winner, and throw them into boner fight at 9:20 this morning. That's when you'll decide boner of the day. So pick your round 2 champion right now. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
I don't know if it happened yesterday when Bill was at McDonald's.
What?
Did anybody ask you for a hearty handshake?
Well, no, I was in the
in
the kitchen.
Oh, okay. But if you see Bill, ask him for a hearty handshake.
You know, while I was at the drive-through window at McDonald's, Mr. Hoppytaw already had a donation waiting for me when I got there. And somebody, I just asked people for $1, $2, or $3. Some guy said, "Hey, Bill, why don't we just make it 10? $10.
Nice.
That was so nice.
Nice.
All right, here we go. Boner candidate number 1. Yeah, we got another Walmart sweatpants groin injury.
Another one?
Again?
Yep, it's true. Alan Corwin, a gun law expert and author of Arizona Gun Owner's Guide.
So he's one of the responsible gun owners. Okay.
Discussed Arizona's gun laws, and he said this happens frequently in Arizona. A man accidentally shot himself in the groin area while inside a Buckeye Walmart on Tuesday, police said. The man was in the Walmart store near Watson and Yuma Roads around 6:30 p.m. when the semi-automatic handgun began to slip as he carried it unholstered in the waistband of his sweatpants. The man told police that when he tried to reposition his loaded gun and keep it from falling, he shot himself in the groin area. Officers arrived and found the man in the meat department with the gunshot wound in his groin. He was taken to the hospital with survivable injuries. No one else was hurt. Police said all indications are the shooting was accidental, but police filed an report for the accidental discharge of the firearm, and they said this happens frequently in Arizona. People,
guns and sweatpants,
in the Walmart wearing sweatpants, shooting themselves in the groin.
Holsters are so expensive, though.
And they're uncomfortable.
Sweatpants, comfortable.
Yeah, like in the movies. You just stick them right back there.
Yeah, we got another Walmart sweatpants groin injury. Boner candidate number 1. I almost can't go on.
Please.
Boner candidate number 2. Wait for it to melt. According to a Facebook post, passenger Gene Gaw, or Go, G-O-H, was on a scoot flight.
A scoot flight? What is that?
It's a little scoot. You're just taking a little scoot between Singapore and Osaka, Japan. Just take a little scoot. When the flight was delayed, Mr. Go says, and so he asked for a cup of water. Sounds like an easy request.
All right.
Flight delayed, sitting on the plane. But Mr. Go says the flight attendant serving him told him that the airline only offers bottled water for purchase. Well, naturally, Mr. Go seemed a little shocked that such a basic commodity as water could not be or would not be provided to him unless he paid for it. Many airlines consider water part of their usual drink service, often pouring some bottled water into cups instead of serving the whole bottle.
Yeah,
Mr.
I've
Go,
seen that.
he claims that he would have even been okay with tap water. Since Mr. Go was unwilling to pay for a bottle, he said that the flight attendant served him a cup of ice and said to him, "Just wait for it to melt." Now, sure,
I gave you water. That's
ice
frozen
is just
water.
frozen water, but this doesn't exactly seem like the most timely or accommodating solution. All I'm asking for is a cup of water. I wouldn't care if it was from the tap. I just hope there would be some sort of care for passengers not being unreasonable, Mr. Go wrote on Facebook. Many commentators voiced their opinions on the matter, some supporting Mr. Go, but others criticizing him for not just ponying up some cash. I don't know. I'm on the fence on this one.
You decide.
Boner candidate number 2, wait for it to melt. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Well, they get a little allowance every week.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 for round 2, coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by.
Come and make your mark in fondue history with the new cast iron grill cooking style available at the Melting Pot, locally owned and operated. Reservations at meltingpot.com/Salt Lake.
Well, Gina?
Yes?
I bet you're wondering, and maybe you know, who's going to be the godparents for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Well, it would be fun.
Do you think you know?
If it was Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra, that would be fun.
You know who it might be, and I think it will be?
Who?
George and Amal.
Even better.
That's what the
Can
reports.
I have another baby and make them the godparents?
Sure.
I mean, I can't really, but
That's what the reports will be. The Daily Mail says that the famous couple are all but confirmed to be the baby's godparents.
I love it.
With a source friendly with both the Clooneys and the Royals telling the magazine, Amal and Meghan have been close for years, and Harry and George have become buddies because of that. They're much closer than the headlines have let on. The source also says that George has told a couple of people he has a strong hunch that they're going to be asked to be the godparents.
Well, hunches and George.
So if that means that those two, Meghan and Harry,
Uh-huh.
if their stagecoach blew up,
Yes.
Or stagecoach.
And just them, because that's
Yeah.
how they travel.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen movies.
I don't,
That's how
didn't
that's
know
how
that.
the Royals travel,
I didn't know that.
exclusively by stagecoach.
I didn't know that.
So if their stagecoach blows up,
Yes.
that means that George and Amal
Yes.
can adopt that kid.
Yes.
And I'm sure that'll go over fine. I'm sure that the family will have no problem
No.
with that. They'll just
They'll
go
live in LA?
Take the kid.
Yeah.
Take the kid.
Do they have their own kid yet, George and Amal?
They have twins.
They have twins.
Oh, they had them, huh? Okay. Melania Trump on Wednesday hit back at critics of her White House blood decorations, her blood trees, the 40 blood red trees, her blood trees.
Bloody trees.
These are the blood trees of the orphans. These are the trees that will keep me young. That have been mocked for looking like the backdrop of a horror movie. We are in the 21st century and everybody has a different taste. I think they look fantastic,
No,
she said.
They're creepy.
The crimson trees lining the East Colonnade were lampooned on Twitter when they were unveiled Monday along with the rest of the White House Christmas decorations. Welcome to Christmas at the House of Horrors.
There were so many great photoshops of this. There was the Handmaid's Tale one, which was great. There was the
Googly.
Yip
Oh,
Muppets
yeah.
from
the googly
from
eye.
Sesame Street, and there was Gossamer from the Bugs Bunny cartoon,
Yeah,
that
oh,
big
yeah.
orange monster.
You monsters must lead such interesting lives. She says, I think they look fantastic.
No.
I hope everybody will come and visit. So let's go.
Can we go visit?
In real life, they look even more beautiful, she said. Let's see now. This is just upsetting to me. Just minutes after the Department of Alcohol and Beverage Control announced on its website Wednesday morning that a rare bourbon was hitting liquor store shelves here in Utah, lines began to form, and within minutes of store opening, they were sold out. The commotion is all over. A bourbon whiskey called Pappy Van Winkle. The folks who make it only distribute to Utah and the rest of the country once a year, and they only sell a few hundred bottles. Utah received 258 bottles of Pappy Van Winkle this year. Of course, of those, only 30% went to clubs and restaurants, leaving 181 bottles up for grabs to the public.
Now, I have...
While it was all well, just let me finish this first. While it was all smiles from the lucky few who showed up in time, many other people showed up too late. Now, the DABC said last time they had some that they were going to do a lottery for them, and they didn't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, we bought a bottle. It's been...
4 years ago?
Yeah, about.
And we bought it to celebrate a
milestone.
A milestone.
Okay.
And I agreed to keep it at my house.
Yeah, because I would have drunk it by now.
It would be long gone by now.
Yeah.
I still have it. So next time we have
a milestone.
A milestone.
Well,
we just got a major award.
Yeah.
Oh.
We should have had it then.
And as Tom Greenlee pointed out, I'm beginning my 40th year in radio.
So between that and our City Weekly Hall of Fame award,
Yeah.
we should
Okay, let's pick a toasting time.
pick a toasting time.
How about now?
Well, I don't
Could we?
have
Is
it
somebody at
here.
your house?
No.
Is somebody at your house? We could bring it down.
No. Dylan's ready.
Dylan's
ready to go.
So anyway, as I can't remember how good it is or isn't.
It's tremendously big and tremendously wet.
That's it right there.
I do recall that we sampled some at Bar X.
At Bar X, that's where we tried it.
They had a couple different kinds.
Yeah,
and I remember kind of like there are three.
There's like a 10-year, a 12-year,
and a
18 or 20 year.
Yeah, and I seem to remember liking the middle one a little better than the oldest one.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to another story here. How about Paul Manafort? Resting, what did Trevor Noah call him? Resting snitch face.
Snitch face, yeah.
Paul Manafort reportedly gave untruthful statements to
look,
Special
I should say
Counsel Robert
lying.
Mueller.
Untruthful statement.
He lied about his relationship with a Ukrainian associate, leading to the end of his plea deal. Manafort's statements about coordinating with Konstantin Kilimnik, who has ties to Russian intelligence, have been branded lies by Mueller's team, according to the Wall Street Journal. A plea agreement between the two sides collapsed Monday after accusations of crimes and lies. Kilimnik, who has also been charged by Mueller, is accused of trying to influence witness testimony in Manafort's case. He has not responded to Mueller's charges. He's out of the country. He's been charged, but he won't ever come back. Manafort, President Trump's former campaign manager, was not truthful with Mueller about communicating with Kilimnik and about payments he received related to lobbying work on behalf of Mr. Kilimnik. Trump is threatening to punish any American who buys an electric car. On Monday, General Motors announced that it would be cutting 15% of its salaried workforce and closing 5 North American factories. CEO Mary Barra said no single event prompted the cuts. Some of the factors that clearly led to the retrenchment include a slowdown in new car sales, bets on smaller vehicles not panning out, and the president's trade war, which has spiked the price of steel and which GM warned in June would impact its profits and U.S. jobs. In short, the move was a logical decision that you might expect someone like Donald Trump, a self-described businessman who claims to know more about money, taxes, trading, banking, and the economy than anyone in the world to understand. Of course, Trump is only a businessman in so much as he played one on TV. His real-life accomplishments are more along the lines of bankrupting a casino and receiving a lifetime allowance from his father.
My gut.
So now he's saying that he might penalize people who buy electric cars.
I'm president and you're not.
Because, you know.
Yeah. All right. Sports, weather, traffic.
What did I say was going to happen? What did I say?
With sports?
Yeah.
Utah by 5?
No, that's tomorrow.
Okay.
That's Friday.
Okay, I get them.
No, I said the Jazz were going to win, and they did. Because I said so.
Well, you know sports, clearly.
And the other big news is that Alec Burks is out, and Ashton Kutcher will be back playing for the Jazz. So that's exciting. Weather, it looks like we can sort of see across the street now. It looks like the fog is getting a little bit better downtown.
It's burning off, yeah.
Yeah, the sun's helping it.
But somebody just said via text, there's terrible fog up in South Ogden toward Highway 89. Please tell people to turn on their damn headlights so we can see each other. Yes, you should always do that. Not a lot of accidents being reported, though, just fog-related slowage. So, but yeah, like we said, sun's coming up and it'll be burning off a bit, but the roads could still be slick, so give yourself a little bit of extra time. Go to Hale, Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air for a $49 furnace tune-up, which includes a 19-point safety inspection. Scott Hale, amazingly different, surprisingly better, scotthale.com.
Here's boner candidate number 3. They get a little allowance every week. Yeah. A Kentucky woman has been arrested after being accused of letting young children smoke marijuana in her apartment. Janet Cates of Lexington was busted on a charge of unlawful transaction with a minor. Ms. Cates allegedly let her neighbor's children, ages 8 and 9, smoke pot while inside her residence. The children told police that Cates' boyfriend, Josh Thomas, made them drink mouthwash and sprayed cologne on them to mask the smell of the pot. According to the news outlet, the police are still on the hunt for Mr. Thomas. So why did she do this? Well, they get a little allowance every week. They get a little money.
8 and 9?
Yeah, they get a little money. They come to the house, they buy a couple of joints.
That's right.
Boner candidate number 3.
Hey, she looks like Eddie Van Halen.
Kind of.
All right. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Yeah, we got another Walmart sweatpants groin shooting. Or groin injury.
Again?
Yeah, man in Arizona, man accidentally shooting himself in the groin inside a Walmart. Happens all the time, apparently. Boner candidate number 2, wait for it to melt. A budget airline passenger who wanted a glass of water was given a cup of ice and told by the airline attendant to wait for it to melt.
Now, he said I would have been fine with tap water. There is no tap water on airplanes.
Yeah, I thought that was
that water's not drinkable.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd.
Okay.
And boner candidate number 3, they get a little allowance every week,
All right, let's go. This is round 2 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be the winner of round 2 and go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number that you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text. The one that you think should win. And that's all we need in the message of the text is that single digit. The computer counts it for us that way. So text that to 33986. Or call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or you can go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting November 29 and vote there. You've only got 4 minutes to decide the winner of round 2. This winner will go to Boner Fight, and it might be Boner of the Day at 9:20 today. Let's go.
The music starts when Radio from Hell ends. A 1-hour non-stop music wingding starts at 10 a.m. X96.
Greetings, children. This is your old friend, the Grave Digger. Today I have a frightening little yarn that has all the ingredients needed to make you shudder. Sex, violence, lawyers, and 3 exploding human heads. This tale is called There She Blows, and we'll take you now to the law offices of Parker, Jameson, and Osborne, attorneys at law.
Mr. Parker?
Mr. Osborne.
Parker, your fly is undone.
Oh? Oh, so it is. I was just having sex with my secretary.
But Mr. Parker, that is so wrong. You're a married man.
I'm aware of that, Osborne, and I don't care. As a matter of fact, I'm going back in for seconds.
Parker, your head is getting bigger. It's... Oh, my God. Look at all the blood.
What's all the racket in here?
Parker's head just exploded.
Good Lord, what a mess. Hey, what's Parker clutching in his still twitching hand?
That's the Bonneville specific file. He's been working overtime to make the board of directors look better in court. I believe he just finished it. Jameson, what are you doing?
Erasing Parker's name and putting mine on it. I'll take all the credit now that he's dead.
Now Jameson's head has exploded too. I'd better call for help. But first, I'm going to go through their wallets and steal all the money. They're not going to need it, and no one will ever know.
Those 3 really know how to get ahead, eh? Their law firm tried to expand too rapidly and suddenly went bust. Well, in case you hadn't figured out the moral of the story, it's... if you're a lawyer and you do something bad, your head will explode. This is the old Gravedigger inviting you to join me next time when our story will be called Chop Chop, Who's There? On Tales from the Grave.
Your boner voting.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by chicken.
What kind of chicken?
Well, it was on top of my fried rice.
Oh.
So I guess it was chicken fried rice.
And Booztique, they have holiday party wine and cocktail essentials. Get a book for inspiration, bitters, cherries, cocktail shakers, glassware, and more. Shop Booztique. Radio from Hell listeners get 15% off.
We had boner candidate number 1. Yeah, we got another Walmart sweatpants groin injury. This apparently happens all the time in Arizona. People at the Walmart wearing sweatpants, shooting themselves in the groin accidentally because they're not holstering their weapons properly or not using holsters at all. Boner candidate number 2, wait for it to melt. A budget airline passenger who wanted a cup of water was given a glass of ice and told, just wait for that to melt. And boner candidate number 3, well, you know, they get a little allowance every week. That's what I am surmising that this woman was letting these young kids, 8 and 9 years old, smoke weed in her apartment every week or so. You know, they get a little money. They can buy some joints. You know.
It's business.
Yeah. Let's see. The winner was boner candidate number 3. They get a little allowance every week.
All right, there you go. That's the winner of round 2's boner voting. It is now eligible to be boner of the day. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. We'll take each winner of each round, throw them both into boner fight at 9:20. One of them will be boner of the day. Really quickly here before we get to our guest. Cafe Rio and Sugar House in Mill Creek are donating their proceeds and matching up to $10,000 to the wife and baby of fallen officer David Romrell.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's
nice.
That is today.
Cafe Rio and Sugar
Mill
House?
Creek and Sugar House.
Okay.
So the one on 21st South and the one on 33rd South, up east side.
Nice.
All right,
Thank you.
There we go. Just real quick. Now we can get to our guest.
Is he there?
He is.
Oh.
Brandon.
Brandon, hi, how are you? Can you hear us, Brandon?
Oh, Brandon, there you are. Sorry, Brandon. I was
Hi.
doing some work. There we go.
Brandon, how do you say your last name?
Diet. It's like K-E-Y spells key, D-E-Y spells D, Diet.
Oh, okay, it's Diet.
All right.
Yeah,
Yep.
we got
Yeah,
it.
I followed that.
Brandon is the director of a documentary called Latter-day Glory, which we have seen bits and pieces of, most of it, and it's going to be shown at the Broadway Theater next Thursday. And this is a really nice documentary, Brandon, I must say. Tell people about it here on the phone, and then we'll give them more details about the screening next week.
Yeah, so I just woke up. I was on set until like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
I'm pretty tired right now. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a documentary that kind of focuses on the high suicide rate among LGBT Mormon youth.
Mm-hmm.
And while it does focus a lot upon like what's causing it and all that other kind of stuff, we tend to take a different angle looking at solutions. Not to demonize the church or really point any fingers at anybody. It's like, look, there's a huge problem. It's not really being addressed. What do we need to do about it? And so we look at all these different stories and people's experiences, and then from there we offer solutions. But we follow our 2 main cast members or subjects, Jonathan Levi Powell, who's a hair and makeup artist, and Terry Bloss, who's a comic book artist. And they travel around America talking to different people while we follow their actual stories of what they went through growing up in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and being gay. And just really, really honestly focusing upon the solution of things.
It's
It's
pretty interesting too. It's pretty interesting too that it's Latter-day Saint kids or young men, and women, not just in Utah, but in all parts of the country, which I think is a really interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, and you know, and one thing that I've gotten feedback from different film festivals that we've shown at so far is that the subject, well, the issue of suicide and feeling worthy and why these kids are being pushed to feel this way transcends religion.
Yeah.
You know, it's not necessarily the LDS Church. I mean, it's, you know, dogmatic thinking from Catholicism. It's non-religion. It's all of these different things. It's like, why are these kids feeling the way that they feel? It's not, the church itself is not.
Yeah,
like
I get what you're
forcing
saying.
parents to behave the way that they do, or forcing their community to behave the way that they do. We have our own individual choices, and people are choosing to behave in the way that they do that is causing these problems.
You're in Georgia, is that right?
No, right now I'm currently in Miami.
Is that where are you from?
I don't have a film place. I move probably every 6 months. It depends on when I'm working.
Oh, the law's after you. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm a military brat. So
You're in
I
Florida
go
for
all over the place.
for your VH1 show, correct?
Yeah, I'm working on Love and Hip Hop Miami, and actually tonight is our kind of final really huge scene. I probably shouldn't tell too much about it, but yeah, I mean it's been crazy. It's like this contrast between working on Love and Hip Hop Miami, dealing with Trick Daddy and Trina the Baddest, you know what, and dealing with promotion for Latter-day Glory. It's a huge juxtaposition.
I bet. I bet. Well, listen, you will be in Salt Lake next week, Thursday, at the Broadway Theater. There's going to be a showing of this movie. Now, it's free. Now, you're giving out free tickets, and it's kind of sold out. But because the tickets are free, maybe not everybody's going to show up. So if people want to come, is there a chance that people can get in to see the movie?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll be having a waiting list. So first come, first show, served. And once they arrive, I'll put their name down on the waiting list. And as people don't show up, we start calling names of people if they want to come see the movie.
Okay.
I'm really excited that it's going to be in Salt Lake because a good majority of the film was there, and was filmed there, and there's a lot of people that are involved in it. But I think that this message really needs to hit, with air quotation marks, home.
Tyler Glenn is involved in it, right?
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. We also have Jim DeBacchus, Utah State Senator Jim DeBacchus. We also have Ammo, a.k.a. Chris Ammon Hall, who was on The Real World, where he publicly came out, and he actually resigned from the church in the mass public resignation.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to be there as well. Gosh, there's a lot of people that I'm going to be there. I mean, I think that's kind of the most important thing.
We're going to be there.
No, I'm telling Brandon, the most important thing is that we're going to be there.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, if people can't make it to this event, it sounds like it might be tricky. Is there plans to distribute this somewhere else, maybe via download or streaming or something?
Yeah. So if anybody from Netflix is listening right now, go ahead and snatch it up while you can. We just started the festival circuit a couple, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. So we've done, I think, 10 or 12 festivals so far. We still have some coming up. I know next week is going to be screening in the Dominican Republic. It was just in Quito, Ecuador. And then we have some coming up in the new year, Portland. But we have to run the festival circuit before we can start getting at streaming. Yeah. Ideally, it would be on a streaming platform like Netflix or Hulu, something that is accessible so that kids that are going through stuff and questioning who they are and questioning whether they're worthy or not, they have access to it without needing to get complete parental, permission. So they can see, the representation is so important in media because it's a reflection of who we are. And if somebody can see, these LGBTQ people within the film living healthy lives and going beyond what they're told that they're able to do, that is a great way for them to be like, you know what, that's like me. I'm worth it. These people have made it through this. I can make it through it too.
And that reminds me, there's a question and answer after the movie, and that may be a good place for kids with those questions.
All right, Brandon, listen, we've got to take a break here. Brandon, it's called Latter-day Glory. It's at the Broadway next Thursday. Show up at about 6:30 if you want to get in. We'll put you on a waiting list. We'll be there. It's Latter-day Glory. Brandon Dayette, the director. Thanks for talking with us, and we'll see you next week, okay?
Hey, see you guys then.
Thanks,
right.
Brandon.
Thanks.
All right, we'll see you. Ah, very good.
Crash westbound I-80 at State Street. Left lane affected there. Crash northbound I-15, 4200 north in Lehigh. Crash northbound I-15 at 12th Street in Weber County. And looks like that's about it. And the fog seems to be getting a little bit better, although still be careful because there could be some slick spots on the road that you're not expecting. That's traffic.
You see the Salt Lake Film Society.
These are the sort of special programs that we have told you about that they put on.
And things like that, and also Salt Lake Film Society presenting Sing with Maria. Enjoy the sound of music on the big screen. You can participate in the costume contest and feel free to join in the singing. Celebrate this fun tradition Saturday, December 15th, 2 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. at the Tower Theater. Details at slfs.org. And also there's Wassail and Waffles. That's the Salt Lake Film Society's free holiday fun for the whole family. That's also Saturday, December 15th at 10 a.m. Make your own waffles, meet Santa, and enjoy some holiday wassail. This year, the holiday film screening will include Elf and The Polar Express. Enjoy that great holiday film on the big screen this year. So, slfs.org for more information. The Salt Lake Film Society.
The holidays are a time of family, a time of appreciating those you love.
Hello, kiddies. It's me, your old friend, the bookkeeper. I'm here to help you with your taxes. Today, we're going to hear a tale from the old ledger which should simplify on how to fill out those pesky forms. Pay close attention now, so you won't have to pay even more later.
You can come on in now, Mr. Irvine.
Thank you. You can call me Lemar.
Lemar. Okay. My secretary said you had some questions concerning your tax forms?
Well, yeah. There ain't enough places on this here 1040A. I was wondering if there was a special form or maybe a separate schedule I should fill out.
Enough places for what?
My wives.
Oh, you should only list your current wife on your tax forms. Your ex-wife will have to file separately.
Ex-wife? I ain't never been divorced.
You have more than one wife.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. There ain't no place on this here farm to list all my wives. Not to mention the fact they don't leave you enough places to list your children either.
How many wives do you have?
6. But the 2 youngest haven't turned 18 yet, so I figure I'll list them as dependents.
Oh my. You're going to just have to list your first wife on your 1040, and then we'll file separate forms with the other ones, listing them as single head of household.
Well, now wait one darn minute there, Sonny. No woman of mine is going to claim to be the head of my household. I won't stand for it.
Now, it's only a classification. They won't really be heads of households. I mean, think of it. 5 women with no income and children to claim. You should get quite the refund, Lamar.
Lemar.
Lemar.
That would be dishonest. I'm a God-fearing man. I couldn't cheat the government like that.
You do know that polygamy is against the law, don't you?
Yeah. Big refund, you say?
Very big.
Where do I sign?
You see, kiddies, everyone can get a refund just so you know which deductions to take. And if you're willing to sit through a very long audit. As for Lamar, prison might be a vacation when you compare it to having 6 wives reminding you to wipe your feet and take out the trash. Well, this is your old friend, the bookkeeper, reminding you that on midnight on April 15th, that is the cutoff.
Remain seated with Gina Barberi on X96 Radio from Hell.
No pee breaks, people. No pee breaks.
What?
No
What?
9 Inch Nails song that we were going to play.
Sorry.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I guess
we got stuff we got to do.
Do we need to? We need to talk about this, right?
Yes, Everest Collision Repair.
Because if you have your car get smashed up, which you might have today in the fog, my goodness, that's where you want to take it. Everest Collision Repair.
It doesn't even have to be smashed up. Maybe you've had a car for a few years and you just want to give it a refreshing.
I did that recently with my CRV.
Do that if you're planning on selling your car. Do that. You will get more money out of it.
I did that because I turned the CRV over to my wife and I wanted it to look nice. So the Everest Collision Repair, that's where we take our vehicles. Now, Everest Collision Repair wants to help in the fight against hunger. So donate non-perishable food when you bring your vehicle to Everest Collision Repair, and they'll pay up to $200 of your insurance deductible. Or, if you want to just take some food in there to Everest Collision Repair, they'll give you a voucher.
Anytime.
Yeah. So Everest is locally owned and operated. They got shops in Salt Lake, Sandy, Tooele, and Ogden. They'll help you save time and money and stress. Just download the Everest Collision app on iTunes or Google Play and upload your info, and they'll take it from there. Everest Collision Repair, they keep your needs on top.
All right. Let's see now. We've got stuff coming up. We got Boner Fight on the way. Stand by for that.
Oh, and those Aziz Ansari tickets. We'll tell you how you can win those.
Going to do that in a minute?
Sure.
All right.
So yesterday, I was kind of tired, and I wasn't, frankly, looking forward to going to McDonald's and working the drive-through window for 2 hours, which I've done like every year for, 6 or 7 years in a row now.
It's for charity.
Yeah, to help raise money for the Ronald McDonald House. But I was just kind of tired. I've been sick the day before, and we had done our show from on site, and but I went at noon, and man, was it incredible! It was so good. I went to the McDonald's over here on 5th South and 2nd West. The manager, Jenny, what a great person. She's been a friend of the program. Well, so the woman I worked the drive-through with, Veronica, who is from Mexico. She's just a wonderful Mexican woman. She's been here for quite a while now, and but she's just lovely. Gee, she's great. But she told the manager, Jenny, told Veronica, she said, I've been listening to Radio from Hell since I was 17. As a matter of fact, I remember hearing them talk about 9/11. I learned about 9/11 from Carrie and Bill and Gina. That's one of my earliest memories of listening to them when I was 17. And she's the manager of this McDonald's. So Veronica, the woman who was doing the drive-through, and she says, how may I help you? She has this wonderful Mexican accent, Spanish accent. And I said to her, now, the way we do this, Veronica, is you take their order, and then I come on at the end and say, hi, after they give the order, I'm Bill Allred from X96, and could I ask you to make a donation? And she said, no, you go first. And I said, no, that's not the way we do it. I've done this before. She said, okay. And so... so we did it once, and the guy said, no, I don't want to do it. She said, well, let's try it. She said, try it my way. You go first. And I said, okay. She was absolutely right. All the times I have done this, we should have done it her way. I went first. I'd go first. I'd say you'd hear the little beep, and so the first thing the person at the drive-through speaker would hear is me saying, hi, this is Bill Allred from X96 Radio from Hell. Could I ask you to make a donation? And almost every single time the person would go, really? Is this Bill Allred? Really? Or, oh, yeah, sure, I guess so. And then I'd say, thank you, and now I'm going to turn you over to Veronica, and she'll take your order. It worked.
It worked better that way?
It worked perfectly. She was so right, I just went... I think out of the I probably took 150 orders or something like that. Maybe 5 people turned me down. Maybe
That's
5.
Great. How much money do you think was raised?
I don't know, because it was only like $1, $2, or $3. Except for one guy said, I'll give you 10, and another guy did 5. So I don't know. I don't really know how many. Well, if I took 150 orders, it was pretty good. It was just amazing to me. She was...
And see, my instinct would say to come on after.
Yeah, me too. That's why I've always done it that way. But she went, you know, and she demurred to me at first because I'm going, no, this is the way we've always done it. But after the first one, she said, try it my way, so, Mr. Allred. I said, you can call me Bill. She went, try it my way. I went, okay. She was absolutely right. Good. And she works at McDonald's 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. Then she goes home, takes care of her son, picks him up from school. And then she goes and works at a pizza place 5 days a week for 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's the kind
hard work.
That's what. And I was talking to the manager of that McDonald's, Jenny. She said that's what most of the people here are like.
That's just to be able to get
live.
by.
Yeah, she's a single mom. You know, she has an 11-year-old son. She picks him up from school. She says, I take him home. We do homework, and I fix him dinner, and then I go work at a pizza place. Really? She said, yeah, it's hard, but that's what we do. And everybody, and I watch the people in that McDonald's work, and they work their butts off, and they're all just like, they're really nice, and I chat with them a little bit when I have, and I worked hard for 2 hours. It's tough. It's tough.
Did you
work.
Get lunch there?
No,
yeah,
I was too busy.
I
had a Diet Coke. I was too busy.
You could always get something to go.
But anytime I've worked at those McDonald's, I took some French fries. Anytime I work at those McDonald's, I'm just impressed as hell by how hard the people work there, and how nice usually the management is too. They know how hard the people that they have in their employ work, and they're just nice. They know what it is. They know what it's like.
I'm fascinated by the systems.
Yeah. They have just this.
How they know which cars? How did you know my car is the car that?
And there's a way to do everything in the most efficient way.
You go back into that kitchen, and it's just like, and they work, and the way the people interact with the machinery that's set up, and they have the drink machines that go pop pop pop, and they know how. It's just really fascinating.
Now I'm hungry.
Brett says, I don't miss working at McD's, but I miss making my own customized food.
I said to Veronica, do you eat McDonald's all the time? And she says, I try not to, but it's hard not to do it because it's there. She said, I try not to do it, but I do eat it fairly often. And I said, she's from this little town just a little bit east of Mexico City, from a little town that has a volcano. I can't remember the name. She said, we have a volcano.
Our own volcano.
Yeah, she likes.
Have you seen her volcano?
I said she showed me a picture of the town. I've got it on my phone. She said, and this. I look out my window and there's the volcano.
Known for its volcano.
We have our own. I think it's Volusia. That's the name.
The Volusia Tourist Board, reminding you we have a volcano.
We have our own volcano.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back. We got a reasonable amount of news coming up, but more importantly, Boner Fight is on the way. Stand by for that. Oh, do you want to do the Aziz Ansari tickets here?
No, we're going to do that in a minute.
We'll do that in a minute? All right, then I will tell you about Quip. GetQuip.com is the website, and I am recommending this as a gift. It's an electric toothbrush.
I think I might get it for my kids.
See, that's what I'm recommending. It's stocking stuffers for your kids, and there's a couple reasons. I mean, I like to use them because they're great for travel. They're compact. And but for the kids especially, because I don't think the kids necessarily brush long enough. And with the sonic vibration and timer that this thing has, it'll not only teach them to get at least 2 minutes in, but it'll make sure that they get cleaned evenly.
I have a question.
Yes.
They've had the electric toothbrush before, and they say they're too hard and they hurt their teeth.
This one is not.
That's
this one
what
is
I
more
know.
gentle.
Okay.
I know the one you're talking about, and it does really rattle your teeth. This one gets the job done without completely shaking you up. It's Quip is just a great, and there's no clunky charger, and it's not this great big, awkward thing. It's really space age looking. If you go online and take a look at it, Quip is the gift that keeps refreshing, and with brush heads automatically delivered on a dentist recommended schedule every 3 months for just $5. You can even gift prepaid refills for a year to make sure that they're never using old, worn out, ineffective bristles. One of the many reasons I love Quip, they have over 5,000 verified 5-star reviews. Looks like a big-ticket tech gift with a stocking stuffer price starting at just $25. And if you go to getquip.com/x96 right now, you get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush, but you don't have to tell your giftee that. That's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/X96. Be sure to do the /X96 so that you get the deal and we get the credit.
X96 is the home of the 1 hour nonstop music wingding. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 20 minutes after 9 right now. We do have Boner Fight coming up to determine Boner of the Day. We'll get to that in about 6 minutes. But before that, a reasonable amount of news brought to you by
X96 welcomes Aziz Ansari to Kingsbury Hall Wednesday, March 20th. Tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster.com, and Radio from Hell has your chance to win a pair of tickets. I'm going to give you a keyword, and you're going to text it to 33986. The 96th texter will get 2 tickets to the show. The keyword is Master, M-A-S-T-E-R, Master. Text that to 33986.
Let's go to Jim DeBackus on line 6.
Oh, is Jim here?
Yeah.
Let me engage the phones. There we go. Hi, Jim.
Senator.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
So far, so good.
Senator DeBackus, for the next month or so. Listen, a couple of things I wanted to ask you when I saw your Twitter yesterday.
Yeah.
You tweeted about the so-called compromise legislation on Proposition 2, the medical marijuana here in Utah, and you were not complimentary about that compromise legislation. You want to tell people about that?
Look, this was a compromise by the losers. The losers all got together and breathlessly had a news conference to say, we've compromised among ourselves, and we love our compromise, and everybody ought to want our compromise, because they knew the people were going to slap them down. So they came up with this halfway compromise that completely reverses what the majority of the people of Utah voted for. It is the most audacious power grab and insult to the people of Utah that I have ever seen, and I've seen a lot of them.
So what did they do to the Proposition 2? What have they taken away?
They have taken away. They've taken away 5 or 6 points that I think will make it more difficult for patients to actually get marijuana. But they've also put in some poison pills that will for sure end up in court, which will for sure lead to years of patients getting nothing. I think they've rigged this whole thing so that they win, and they can say, oh, well, we had nothing to do with this. It's all in court. It's out of our hands. These are people, the legislature that had 8 years to get this done and said no every single time. Mm-hmm. And then you had, as this got steam and as it became apparent that the people wanted this, you had a bunch of lobbyists led by Marty Stevens, who's the LDS Church's lobbyist, who got together a group of other lobbyists, and they went in a back room, probably smoke-filled, maybe gummy bears, I don't know, and they came out with this way to kill medical cannabis. And that's the way the plan is going. And Monday in special session, I think that's what the fix is in. I think that's what's going to happen.
So you think
I've never seen a steamroll like that.
So you think the big part of this is that it's designed to get tied up in court so that nothing will ever happen?
The test of this will be, all right, are we ever going to, is medical cannabis going to actually get to the patients, and I fear it won't. I mean, what they're saying, and this is the spin, well, on the people's, once a proposal passes, once an initiative passes, that becomes the actual words of the statute, and they're saying there's some rough points. Well, I have a bill, and Rebecca has a bill that gets rid of those rough points, but otherwise it lets what the people pass go into effect.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is fundamentally changing the bill, and they're changing what the people voted, because this group of 7 lobbyists know better than 200,000 people who signed petitions, tens of thousands who worked their asses off for months and months to get the signatures, and a majority of Utah voters. These 7 anointed people, self-appointed, are going to decide for all of us.
So how do we help? How do we fight this?
we need to send a message. There's an interesting twist that I think will be fun, and that is they need 2/3, not 50%, because all laws in Utah take place 60 days after a bill is passed. Oh. So the president of the Senate and the Speaker of the House have sent out these warnings. We're going to arrest you if you don't. Well, it's not arrest. We're sending the Highway Patrol to get you.
Yeah.
We want everybody there because they need the 2/3 vote. If they don't get the 2/3 vote, then they don't get to declare their bill immediately. And there will be 60 days of reefer madness. They're saying the police are so worried it's going to be a catastrophe. We got to get to the 2/3, or else who knows what's going to happen. So I'm not sure we can get to 50%. I hope we can. I have 2 bills alternatively, but we should at least work on enough legislators to tell them, and I know your audience can do this, just vote no on the Prop 2 compromise bill.
Just so contact your legislator and say vote no on the compromise bill.
So I need to get a hold of Patrice and tell her that. Okay.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
You know what? One other thing on this that I'm not sure a lot of people know, these government-hating bureaucracy and regulations, anathema crowd that are the Republicans in the legislature, they have set up a bureaucracy that we haven't seen since the days of the DABC. There will be so many new government workers. There will be new buildings. There will be new dispensaries. There will be new growing places. There will be new bureaucrats checking every step of the way. There will be special money mechanisms set up where you'll pay here and then you'll pick it up there in the health department, and there will be millions and millions of dollars. My bill says, you know what? Use the part about a medical card, and then let people figure out where to get their own medical cannabis, because there's a pretty good distribution system all across the state, and decriminalize anybody that has a medical card. So none of this bureaucracy is necessary. Just do the sensible, reasonable thing, the things that Republicans always say, well, that's what we believe in. You can't imagine what they're creating as a bureaucracy here.
We're going to have you on the show Monday?
Look forward to it.
All right, cool. We'll talk more
See you
about
then.
this. In the meantime, contact your legislature and tell them to vote no on the compromise.
Thanks for calling us, Jim. We'll see you Monday.
All right.
There he goes.
And he's gone, just like that. He's like Batman that way.
In a puff of marijuana smoke.
You turn around.
He's never. I found it hard to believe he'd never tried cannabis until he decided.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Decided to do. He went over to Nevada or someplace.
All those years in radio, and you never got around to it, Jim?
I know. It's weird.
Good heavens! All right.
It's time for the boner fight, isn't it?
It is.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, here we go. This is the winner from round 1 in the 7 o'clock hour going against the winner from round 2 in the 8 o'clock hour. If you'll recall, the winner in 7 o'clock hour was, well, at least he takes good care of the damn doves. This is a guy who had a business where he would rent out, he would release doves at
like at a wedding or
funerals, weddings, memorial services, whatever. Well, it turns out
John Woo movies.
Yeah, that's a little obscure, but
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah,
I
did
enjoyed
too.
it.
I did too, but you know. So he was supposed to release some doves at a man's son's funeral. He apparently did not deliver. Things got nasty between the two. And the cops were called, and they went over to the man's house, the dove releaser's house, to check on. It turns out he has an arsenal of weapons and Nazi flags and Confederate flags and Hitler photographs. And he also had 200 doves that were well cared for, but doves, yeah. So at least he takes good care of the damn doves. That's number 1. Going up against the winner of round 2, well, you know, they get a little allowance every week. There's a woman accused of letting kids smoke weed in her apartment. The only reason I can think of is they, you know, these 8 and 9-year-old kids, they get a little allowance every week.
There you go. All right, it's Boner of the Day. You've got to decide which one of these 2 candidates is the worst and therefore most deserving to be Boner of the Day, 1 or 2. Remember the candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text. That's all we need is that digit. Single thing. Text it to 33986. Or you can call. Tell Cynthia who you think should be boner of the day, one or two. Call 877-602-9696 and vote with your voice. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight November 29 and vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. But you've only got 4 minutes to vote for Boner of the Day. Let's go.
John Smith kicks off your workday with a 1 hour nonstop music wingding right after Radio from Hell on X96.
Before we award the boner of the day,
Yes.
I need to tell you about the Advocates, UtahAdvocates.com.
Are you ready?
For what?
Winter driving?
Oh.
You better be.
Yeah.
Well, even if you are, you can do everything right and
Yep.
still get in an accident.
Yeah. I know that's true. And if you are in an accident, and that's unfortunate, and I hope you're not injured, but if you are, the team of injury attorneys at the Advocates have the expertise you will need to get your medical bills paid for. Call them, 801-355-5550, or go online, UtahAdvocates.com, because you deserve an advocate. And they will not charge you anything for this advice or help if they take your case. They won't charge you anything unless they take your case and get you a settlement. They know how to negotiate, the insurance companies.
They've read your insurance policy, unlike you.
Yeah, well, it's very difficult stuff. They know how to navigate it. They know how to get what you deserve, and you do deserve help. So, talk to an attorney for free. See if you have a case, and if you do, they'll help you. 801-355-5550 or UtahAdvocates.com.
Boner of the Day brought to you by get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Well, there was absolutely no contest.
Really?
I hope it was number 2.
It was.
Yeah.
0 contest here. The first one, the Doves.
Nobody cared?
2 votes.
Really?
30 votes for number 2. Well, they get a little allowance.
How did that win round 1? It was up against a couple of pretty good candidates, but then that won round 1, but then gets next to no votes at
Let me
the
look
finals.
at round 1 here.
That's just crazy.
Round 1, there was a guy who beat up his son's attacker, and then and the one I really liked. I don't know.
So that one wins round 1, but then gets clobbered.
Well, 7 or 8 year old kid smoking pot in a woman's
basement
in her apartment, and maybe I tainted it a little bit. I'm surmising that she was taking their lunch money or something, So, anyway,
all right.
Number 2 wins Boner of the Day.
All right, so there you go. That's your Boner of the Day for November 29, 2018. It's now qualified to be Boner of the Week, and that'll be decided tomorrow by Dave the Flower Guy at about this time. Let's see.
I was walking out of the McDonald's, and this guy was pulling into the parking lot, and he went, "Hey!" He was there in a car with his wife and kids, and he went, "How you doing, Bill?" I said, "Fine. Who are you?" He said, "I sold you all those orange antenna balls years ago."
Oh my!
Oh, wow.
He gave me his card, Colby Lamb, and he still does that. He sells custom promotional items.
Oh, okay.
He's a promotional,
pens,
coffee cups with, world's best dad on them, and your logo here.
People remember what antenna balls are?
He said, people still remember those really well.
I've got one on my desk on my computer screen.
Yeah, the orange X96 antenna balls
that look like the Philips 66.
Union 76.
Union 76, Philips Union 76 balls. And we decided, we'll do 96. We'll do make them, it's a parody. Mm-hmm. Surely we're covered under the parody laws. Well,
we kind of thought maybe they'd sue us, and they did.
They threatened
to sue.
They threatened to, and that's when Jim said, "All right, we'll stop making them." And that's when
and people don't have antennas anymore anyway.
And that's fine.
Well, they still did when we did the first run of them. Mm-hmm. People still had car antennas.
But then we did a second round that were yellow. We said, why are we doing that? Because people don't have antennas anymore.
They stopped having antennas. We said, let's not do them.
There are boxes of them still in the basement, probably.
But our program director at the time insisted on doing them.
People liked them. Yeah. Well, they liked the orange ones, and they had antennas then. So, see, there was a joke, and there was antennas. This is no jokes and no antennas.
Yeah, but we're doing them anyway.
Gotta do them.
But this guy, Colby, said... I thought maybe I'd made a huge mistake because I was driving down the road and I saw orange antenna balls all over the highway. I thought maybe I was in trouble.
You know what I do with them now is I use them as Christmas ornaments.
Oh, you put a little.
I take a paper clip, bend it out.
Didn't we
stick
do
it in there.
a festival? Didn't we do a tree once
did.
with those?
For
on 'em?
Festival of. No. We had it at the road home.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Remember?
Orange antenna bowls. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
They do work for Christmas ornaments. You know, lots of things work for Christmas ornaments. You know, I was buying those Hallmark Star Trek and Star Wars Christmas ornaments,
expensive.
and they're like $35 each. But no, you can go to the toy store and get an X-wing fighter for like $5.
Yeah, sure.
And it's, you know. But I use action figures and toy spaceships for ornaments.
It's always a debate when to get the Christmas tree too. I know my wife. We still get. I would go to a fake tree. I would.
No.
I would do
No.
it because you can. They're really expensive to get a really nice fake tree. They're very expensive.
It
to get
doesn't
one,
matter.
To
It's
get one
fake.
that looks
It's
great.
plastic.
But it'll last for 10
No.
years.
And you don't have to worry about going out and
You're not
searching
killing
for
a
it.
tree.
I
you know.
don't. You're not killing
It's
a tree.
not,
Yes,
you know,
you
I
are.
mean, and you know, with 10 years worth of use on a plastic tree,
Mm-hmm.
that's got to be good for the environment somehow.
It's not. There are studies done that a real tree is better.
This is a woman who's planning her retirement, so don't listen to her.
There are studies.
This is a woman who's planning her retirement. She and her husband are going to grow Christmas trees in Oregon.
And I fundamentally, I hate plastic flowers. I hate have
Well,
a
you
real
just
flowers
don't-
and a real tree.
You don't
and
appreciate the art that goes into it. How
With
marvelous
the
they
art
can be
of
done.
nature grows this beautiful.
Yeah,
tree.
nature's overrated. Just ask Donald Trump.
Don't have fake foliage
But
anywhere.
anyway, it's the you know, the debate that goes in. Well, when are we going to go get the damn tree? And
Will says his family always does it the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
but you got to time it, you know, because then it starts the needles start dropping
If
off.
you take care of it, you got to
do.
water it.
We do.
You can't skip a day.
A little sugar.
I know.
And a little Sprite.
Yeah,
You try-
Sprite in the water.
You try and
You're-
make the kids in charge of it though, and then they
Well,
screw
yeah,
it
that's-
up. And,
You know what? My tree never dies because it's plastic.
Yeah.
You don't even put the damn
I
thing up
haven't
anymore.
in years. I haven't done it in years.
I have it.
We got rid of our old one.
Oh, did you?
That's why we stopped putting up the tree. Is our old one just got so bad that
No,
we got
you
rid
can
of
go
it.
back to the real tree.
And then we thought, well, then we'll just look for a deal after Christmas on a fake tree because that's when you want to buy them is
Yeah.
after Christmas. And then we kept forgetting, and we keep forgetting years after years. So, you know,
Richie
it's
sold one on Facebook yesterday.
no big deal. All right, so we will take a break. We will be back. Would you stop going on about real trees and go on, please, about your bra?
I'm going to decorate our tree this year with all of my old bras because I'm going to chain them together and make garland because I hate all my old bras. The only bras I'm wearing now are the Third Love bras. Why? Because they're super comfortable. I forget I'm wearing them. Before with my old bras, I get home from work and I take it off because they weren't. I forget I'm wearing these. Why are they so comfortable? Well, go to thirdlove.com/Gina. That's Gina. When you go there, you'll notice at the bottom of the web page it says your discount has been applied. You'll see it at checkout, so you don't have to enter in any other code. Just go to thirdlove.com/Gina, Gina, and you will take the Fit Finder quiz. Over 10 million women have taken the quiz. It helps you pick out the bra that is just right for you. They have cups from A through H, bands up to size 48, over 70 sizes, half cup sizes. That's what will make it so comfortable. So once again, go to thirdlove.com/Gina. That's Gina. You'll get 15% off your first order at Third Love.
It's the Stockton 1200 Giant, and I'm here with Horatio, the holiday elf.
Spell it with me now. S-T-I-C-K. And now we'll use it in some dialogue between our two Utah friends, Elder LeGrand Ardun Jr. and his wayward friend LeVar. The boys have gone to a local building supply store for plumbing fixtures. Let's listen as a conversation ensues. Again, the word is stick.
I think you're going to need a few different things to fix up your problem, LeVar. Just a tube of caulk ain't going to do the trick.
Well, I'll take your best advice on this job, LeGrand. I mean, that toilet's got to where it's leaking so bad, just putting towels around the base ain't holding back the flow no more. I mean, it worked for a couple of months, but this morning I was ankle deep in water, clear out to the kitchen. What do I need to buy here?
Well, first off, you're going to need a wax seal, and then you're going to need to replace that float ball thingy. And then caulking around the base should finish you up.
Well, I guess they should have all that stuff here to Chris and Dick.
Should have. Them two guys know how to stock hardware.
Oh, you know them?
Oh, yeah, sure. They're around here all the time. Oh, look. There's one of them now.
Well, who is it? It's Chris?
No, Stick.
The guy with the beard, Stick?
No, the guy in the Oshkosh overhaul, Stick. The guy with the beard ain't nobody.
Hey, LeGrand, look.
What?
Looky, celebrities shop here to Chris and Dick's. Look over there, KSL people. Stick Norris.
It's not him. Oh, but it's Stick's co-worker, KSL people, Bruce Lindsay.
Yeah, Bruce Lindsay. Hey, how come he has a different last name than his dad? Why ain't his last name Norse like his old man's?
Radio from Hell on Utah's original alternative X96.
All right, 9:50 right now.
Oh, look who's in the studio here.
Oh, what's going on,
It's,
Dylan?
Real quick, Gene, I think
Dylan Allred, no relation.
I know the show's about over. I don't want to take up too much time, but I think I have the best idea for your Christmas tree farm.
Great, I
your
want to hear it.
retirement Christmas tree farm.
Okay.
So, pre-lit Christmas trees.
Pre-lit.
The reason we bought a fake tree was because we could get it. We don't have to deal with the lights every
Oh,
year.
yeah, they're just right there.
So what you do is you have that kid who has all the energy.
Yes, Muhammad.
Send him out into the forest with the lights.
Okay.
Wrap all the trees and sell them pre-lit to people from your Christmas tree farm.
They're ready to go.
Ready to go.
I like that.
And you could they're still in the ground.
Still in the ground.
Yeah, go just
because you want a
chop
fresh
them
cut.
down.
No,
you want a fresh cut tree. Right.
Fresh cut, pre-lit, fresh cut trees.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
They're probably
Dylan.
more expensive.
Well, yeah, but we're not doing this for free. We're doing it to make
That's
money.
right. That's right. So there you go.
I like it. Write it up.
What's the name of your Christmas tree farm?
Flying carpet Christmas tree.
Flying carpets. Flying carpet Christmas trees, pre-lit, ready to fresh cut, pre-lit.
All natural, organic
Yes.
Christmas trees.
Yes.
From compost or something.
Well, thank you, Clark Griswold.
Thank you.
I'm on it. By I'm on it, meaning I'll tell Joe and he'll make it happen.
He won't bother to try to explain how it isn't feasible.
Mm-hmm.
He'll just
I
say,
don't.
I'm on
don't-
it, babe.
Don't bore me with the details. Just make it happen.
She'll forget.
Yeah.
What he's thinking.
Yeah, I'll get on that and then
Don't
she'll
worry,
forget
honey.
all about it.
I'm on that.
Honey, weren't these trees going to have lights on them or something?
Yeah, I feel like we were gonna do something to
Oh,
him.
no, remember we talked about that.
We did. Okay.
Yeah, we talked
Oh.
about it, and that's
All
not
right.
happening.
I forget.
I had a story here about, you know how beards are so popular, that you can get Christmas lights for your beard.
Oh, my God.
Little Christmas tree lights that you can weave. That'd be kind of festive looking, wouldn't it?
For a party.
Yeah, or just wear throughout the holiday season.
They're like the earrings that light up. They're like
Yeah, you can
those.
get little Christmas tree light earrings, but get a little string of Christmas tree lights that you can weave. If I could grow a bushy beard, which I can't really grow one. You remember when I tried to grow and it just sort of bifurcated and then stopped growing.
Yeah.
But if I could grow a nice bushy beard, I might
You'd
get
put lights in it.
I might get a string of lights to. They're small, little tiny twinkly lights, and that'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Little twinkly lights in your beard. I think there are people who could pull that off.
Sure.
What's his name? Greg Wolfenstein, or the guy who runs the Salty Saints Beard
Oh, yeah.
Club? Isn't it Wolfenstein?
I can't remember his last name.
It's Wolfen.
I can see his
something.
face, though.
Yeah, Greg
Wolfenbeard.
Wolfencraft or Stein or Head. Wolfenhead.
Some guy just bought flyingcarpetchristmastrees.com. So good luck, Gina.
Darn.
Also, there are seedless grapes.
Yes.
Why can't they grow Christmas trees with lights that grow on them?
Oh, we'll work on that too.
There's your
husband's a biochemist.
Yeah.
Or some
He's a geneticist.
gene
There's your-
splicer.
There's your
He
thing.
can- okay.
I bet he can use that CRISPR technology to
No, isn't there a natural occurring bioluminescent?
Yes.
Yes.
It's like algae.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what you do.
bioluminescent Christmas trees.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Done.
I'm on it, babe.
There's
you'll say.
there's your true retirement. Your Christmas tree farm is just getting by retirement. This is your true retirement.
This is new technology. I like it.
genetically engineered Christmas
Because you
trees.
could sell that
I
to
like
Home Depot and just there you go.
Okay, babe.
Don't I get a cut of that?
Yeah,
since I
Carrie
helped
gets
you
a finder's
come up with that.
Carry that tree to my car. It's already lighted.
You just shake it and it lights up.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Sure.
It'll be fun.
And they should be self-watering.
Now figure that out.
How does that happen?
Self-water. He'll figure it out. Self-watering bioluminescent Christmas
Carrie?
trees.
I've got it.
What?
I've got it. There are those cat feeders that are water.
Yeah, I have one of those.
That circulate the
Yeah.
water.
I have one of those.
That's what you
So
do. You
just
some
cat-
sort of a system like that in the
Carrie,
bottom.
you should join our business.
I don't know.
Yeah, you want to move to Oregon with them? No.
Well, get you
You'd
a
have to- you'd
flannel shirt.
You'd have to go barefoot all the time. It's going to be ugly.
When is this happening?
Depends on when.
Because Festus. No, it's
Muhammad goes to college in 8 years.
How are you at carrying a pitchfork?
Well,
an axe.
I'm actually a professional.
You've
at
done it, I
carrying
know,
a pitchfork.
but do you want to
But
do it
I'm
again?
retired from that.
Yeah, you don't want to do it again.
All right. I didn't get a chance to read the promo, and I was told that there would be acting.
There is.
Let's see.
You'll pick it up. Don't worry.
All right.
I've got a meh question for you. Why don't you send your meh questions to Radio from Hell at x96.com?
So your meh question is, why don't people send their meh questions to Radio from Hell at x96.com?
Yep.
Will you listen to Friday's Radio from Hell show on X96?
Was that your meh question?
Yep.
Brilliant.
Was it?
No, really? Was that what you wanted?
So that's
Okay.
So that's good. That is good.
All right.
Okay.
No John Smith next for the next little bit, you guys.
Oh, the fog?
No. John Smith's hanging out with Lance Bass.
What?
What? Are they going to the moon together?
Oh.
Oh, he is. Look.
He is. What the hell?
X96.com/live. Are they going to the space shuttle together?
They're at the TV weather, it looks like.
Good Things, Utah.
Oh.
Oh, that's where the good things are.
Yeah. He's
Well,
doing
then
that
why
real
are they
quick.
there?
Known Utah, Lance Bass.
Yeah, neither one of them are good things or Utah.
So he'll be in a little bit late. You'll have the Richie T experience for a moment with your chance to win Aziz Ansari tickets.
All right.
At least John dressed for the occasion.
Right?
Oh, and the guy told me to stop doing this
Yeah.
because...
It messes with his subwoofer.
All right. Here's your neighbors.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, that's good enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
My subwoofers.
Richie becoming John Smith is next.
Are you ready? Because a 1 hour non-stop music wingding starts now!